And the wheel turns once again. Welcome back in, builders. This week we are continuing on with Ys, the Morgen Queens. Should be a pretty interesting one tonight. It's a very cool nation, if a bit janky perhaps. The plan tonight is using the real Sleeping Beauty. I figure this stream can probably break some recently established box office records. Let's maybe see if we can do that. As usual, we'll give people a minute to filter on in, as hopefully YouTube is letting people know that we are live, and other lies I tell myself. I see a few people in chat, people asking about the week. I'm glad my week is over. It's just been long and tiring. Nothing too crazy, but just the grind is real. Not much else I can say about that. Andre, how's it going? Cyanide. Ys Slay Queen. Hey, Perry. Bro, Ys? Ys. There you go. I did have probably the best pronunciation attempt at explaining from someone. They said that it's the same as the ending of Paris. But here's the problem. Is it Paris? 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 You see the problem here. English is a funny old language. Hey, Epic, how's it going? John Betts, how's it going? Hopefully people are starting to get nice weather if you're up here in the northern hemisphere. Starting to warm up finally. I think I may have gotten probably my last freeze of the year. I'm vaguely hoping, although who knows, it's been a pretty crazy weather year already. Not that I'm particularly looking forward to having to start doing yard stuff, but I think I prefer that over the cold. Epic asks what I do for work. I'm a little non-specific on that, but I work in data and assessment. I'm kind of education adjacent. It's Paris if you say it French, but not English. That's true. That's true. Andre says, I had my shortest game of Shadow Empire yet. A Cerebus planet with 0 water and we starved to death immediately. Nice. There should be ice deposits even on a lava planet. That is pretty funny, though. That is pretty funny. Something flood. Yeah, it is a pretty hilarious language, to be sure. Kind of the mongrel of languages as it is. Okay. Just finishing catching up on chat here. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I am going to just say a couple more things. So we are going to have a little bit of a weird schedule this week. Coming up on Sunday, we have 6 Ages. We're going to do that at the regular time. But I think I'm going to try a little bit of a test pilot this coming week. I have some time off, and I think we're going to stick to Monday and Wednesday, but I think I'm going to try to do an early stream and a regular time stream, just as kind of a test pilot for what I might be trying to do here in a couple months, where we're going to keep it at about the 3 to 4-ish hours per stream, but we'll do 2 separate things. My current thought is, and this is not finalized, we'll probably do like Battle Brothers in the morning, quote unquote morning, and then we will do our Age of Wonders in the evening. Don't quote me on that yet, but do keep an eye on the channel for upcoming streams if you don't want to miss one of those 2. Also, I think next week's Dominion stream will probably be a bit early. It is Nazca, and that has the potential to be a bit of a bear of a stream. So if you haven't noticed, when we do Free Spawn or Undead Nations, I tend to try to do those on days when I can start stream early. I just try not to have a misery stream where I'm going to bed at 3 a.m., cough, cough, Kalasa, etc. Hey, CB, how's it going? Okay, let's get going here. So, yeah, let's talk about Sleeping Beauty here on this screen, I suppose. So, this is what we're going to go with tonight. This is an imprisoned chassis with pretty good scales for us, and mainly rocking some resistances, the Enchanted Blood, Blood Surge, and Heroism. Kind of a generic bless for our Sacreds. I definitely think you could go other ways. I really like, somebody suggested maybe ethereal. Ethereal would be really nice, A, for our thug Morgans, and B, for our summoned in sacred horsies, because their biggest weakness is they just really don't have the defenses to stay alive. But I think this is what we're going to go with. I like these scales. Hopefully this means we should get some good events, some free gems, maybe some magic diversity, just depending on what we pull on in. We shall see, I suppose. Let's go ahead and back out of here and get going. Sorry, Axe, I know you really did not want to see another donut, but I did not have time to roll up a specific map. I've done a lot of test games with 1C, and it's misery. You get better water on Circle World, even if we have the donut hole problem that we generally tend to get. So hopefully we won't have that tonight, but there's obviously going to be no promises there. We're going to have our yeast stream in the Middle Ages. We are going to load in difficult AIs, and we are going to be yeast. What should we do for our water nation? I'll let you guys pick which one you want to see. And I think I'm going to leave the rest of the nations. Maybe we'll pick a second one, and I'm going to leave the rest as true random, so that if the game decides to punish me, it can put in some more water nations, aka especially if it donuts them. Derek votes for relay. Okay. Bro says, I just watched the first episode of Battle Brothers. All I gotta say is, man, your run has been much more smooth this stream. Dude, totally. It has been night and day between those two. Can the summons be buffed? Oh, totally. Yeah. And they're not undisciplined, so that is rather nice. You can hold an attack rear with them, so we can at least hold them still for a couple rounds of buffing. So, not a fan of Krispy Kremes. Relay, 2 votes for Relay, 3 votes for Atlantis. Atlantis will be a shorter stream. Atlantis is free real estate. Oh, we got a Atlantis Civil War here. All right, Atlantis does seem like it has pulled out far enough ahead that I doubt anyone's going to be able to pass that. So we will dedicate Atlantis in there. And I think, like I said, I'm going to leave it on random. So if it chooses to put some more water people in, it definitely can. I tend to find on just regular settings like this, you could fit in 3 water nations, 2 in the outside and 1 in the donut. And in Middle Age, we don't have any truly water-bound only nations, so I'm not too worried about it. Atlantis says your main civ in all ages. And before the horses kill themselves on poison barbs. Yeah. Yeah, hoof attacks do not go well against poison barbs. Ironically enough, one of the absolute best things that poison barbs does is kill off cavalry. Another vote for Ariu. You know what? We haven't seen them lately. Sure. That was a fun enough stream. Not one of my favorite nations, though, to be sure. All right, we'll leave 3 randoms in, and we'll see what we get. So here we are in the land under the sea, the Morgans, the Marrow. What could possibly go wrong? And we're going to load in with Real Sleeping Beauty. Renaming is, of course, going to be allowed, and we're going to use our standard throne settings. So we're going to go with our 10553. I have really settled into this. I'm really curious to see if I'm going to want to change this in late age, because this came about when we moved into middle age, as did the difficulty hike. It was pretty noticeable what the AI was struggling with, or yeah, I'm going to say struggling with when we moved up to middle age. Hey, Abby, how's it going? We are the Tuatha that don't suck. Would you rather have a Tuatha or a Marrow, though? I think we're getting hard carried by the Morgan. Okay, so we ended up in one of the worst areas, I would say, especially for us. We only have 2 border provinces. That's a bit rippy, because we can't pull resources down from land into our capital. So this is already going to be pretty painful. I immediately see 4 thrones, all coastal. That is not too bad. Sea and a kelp forest. If this wasn't a kelp forest, I would be really tempted to re-roll. I think because it's a kelp forest, I'm not gonna re-roll. Well, no, never mind. That's high income. That's not resources. You know what? I think this is bad enough. I'm actually gonna re-roll that. For the second time ever, we are going to re-roll that quick. So I'm not going to reiterate my choices here. I'm just going to make the same ones. How unlucky there. Even if we were in the center, I would probably play that, but that's just not going to be able to show the nation off very well. I guess this is an argument for actually saving my settings, so when we do have to do a reload like this, that we can hop directly in. I guess conversely, I also don't do this very often. Cool, cool. We're going to load in with Sleeping Beauty. Rename is allowed. We want a 10-point game with 5, 5, and 3. All right. Please don't put me in such a sucky place. Well, I try not to do it too much, Abby. I think I've proven I'm willing to play really bad starts because it's very easy to show a nation off in a good light if you pick a perfect start. Right? Like even the worst nations, Pelagia, can really do well for themselves with the right start. All right. Yeah, I'll play this. This is fine. We got three spots. I don't have a bajillion thrones right on my doorstep. This is much better. Alrighty. Who else did we get? How much misery are we gonna have? So we have Agartha. Agartha is perfectly able to get into the water. Nabaa is not able to get into the water, but should be a difficult opponent, possibly. They have a lot of fire resistance. Yeah, that could be a pretty hard one. Oceania. Sure, I guess we can beat up on them. So I'm going to guess either Oceania or Atlantis is probably going to be in the middle. Both of them should be able to get out of the water. So they should be fine. They should be fine. If they're both here, then that's going to be rather painful. Although, frankly, as long as I get my cap circle, I don't care about the ocean. I would rather be on land, so that's fine, he says, as the world burns. All right, we'll turn on our candles. We will turn on our map move numbers. We will lament at our absolutely horrific starting. Guys, let's sigh. All I have to say about that. I think we are going to go with the slow boat start. And what that is to me is I'm going to get a Knight Commander to be our prophet. I don't like this guy as prophet. Map move 12, and he's just a dude on foot, where I could have the same dude and he's on a horse that is speed 20. We can give the horse or the Kelpie some barding, which kind of fixes what I don't like about this unit. So I think we're going to go that route. And if we're going to do that, then we're probably going to have to just get a druid. Well, conversely, though, I also... Oh, boy. 2. Oof. All right. Oh, man. And I couldn't do that. If I don't do that, we can. Man. We get one of them. I guess we get one of them. So we're going to do one turn to recruit. Second turn, we're going to prophetize. And then third turn, we're going to roll out. Unless we see something stupid easy right next door, which we probably won't. But just to reiterate, this is such a bad starting army. They will struggle to beat most things if I don't send them with some support. So that is my thought. Hopefully, we'll be able to clear our cap circle, and then because we can use really efficient sacred expansion, we'll catch up and overcome the slow start here. We about to bully some fishies? Hi, William, how's it going? Shark Tribe Province, or Amber. Amber's really hard at the beginning, too. Hey, Tut, how's it going? What else? I guess we could look at magic. How did we do? Fine, actually. Yeah, okay. Just a spread of ones. That's fine. Do we want to rush construction tonight? Unfortunately, we don't really have the best research booster access as this nation. What do we want to do? We could do the straight rush for Port of Morvarc'h. I do think that is a very strong opener. I would not mind that. And we'll just focus on getting sacred expansion parties out and as much research as we can. Alternatively, we did start with 1.5 alteration. If I went up to 2, that would unlock Quicken Self. Not a bad buff for some of our leaders. If we look at our recruitables here, we're going to be leading expansion parties with Morgan champions. So Water 1, Glamour 1. So when we make our magic choices here, Mirror Image, Blur. Blur would be fine, although we already have Blurred Bodies, which is the personal version. So we would really be taking Ice Shield and Quicken Self. Quicken Self is fine. Quicken Self can get you into some trouble, though, because they'll run and they might pass their... Well, no, if we do stay behind, they should be okay. I think... Does Mirror trigger before hit or on hit? I believe it's on hit. I think you get a hit and then it randomizes which image it hits. I think that's the order of operation. Fact check me on that though, please. Okay, I don't think we're going to do that. I think we're going to straight rush for 4, and then we'll consider our options. We may straight rush 5 for Voice of Tiamat if it's going well, and if it's not going well, then we'll readjust. All right, Scouty McScout Pants. Go check over here. I don't need to rename anybody because they're not going to be my profit. I'm using my commander points. We used up all of our money. Do I want to... You know what? I don't even think I want him. I would rather waste 9 resources and have the little bit of gold. All right, roll it. On attack that overcomes defense. Okay, yeah, so I was correct on that. The fire-breathing horses are pretty strong. Yes, they are. They are by far the defining part of this nation. Okay, we got our druid in. We got Fergus, but he is not actually Fergus. That's just his AKA. Who do we have tonight that has not been a prophet yet? We've had a John, we've had an Epic Feather, we've had Cyanide. CB for sure. Werotan. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you've had a turn and died like instantly. Derek Rank. You're on deck if Werotan has already had a prophet. I seem to remember that being the case. Derek says he's had one. Thank you very much, Derek. Just in case, Wero has also had one. Who's next? Row of C has had one. I think he died really fast too. Oh, Quiet Night. We got the regulars here. Saknoth, you are on deck if Wernock. It's okay, he can go first. Oh, no. I insist. No escaping. Everyone has to put in their time. All right, Saknoth, remind me if Werotan dies, and you can be up next. All right, Werotan is becoming our prophet. We want as many sacreds as we can get out, which is 2, unfortunately. And then I think we're going to go him, and then we could get 2 marrows to supplement. So we're going to have 4 sacreds. Not the best, but it's what we can get out for our first expansion party. 20 units mini Tritons. Okay, those do look like Shark Tribe. That's a little stabby. Kululas are actually a little spookier than they otherwise look. So this isn't stupid easy. This is okay, just depending on how many are actually here. So we're actually going to peek at that and see if we can get more accurate numbers. On land, okay, easy. Kind of depends. Okay, so we can definitely make some landfall. And I think that's just literally it for this turn. It's not that you volunteer. You are called to service, Sherlock. It is not an optional call. Werotan, I'm sure this is going to go well. Okay, so we put these guys in here. And actually, we can just put everyone here and they end up with +1 morale. So we are going to do hold and attack closest, hold and attack closest, hold and attack rear. We got to be very careful with this because when you're under 5 units, you have a extra morale check essentially going on, and we want to make sure we don't get a weird route or something crazy. By also having him lead, we can actually do formations, which we otherwise wouldn't be able to do. And do something like this, I think. And we're going to do our, whoop, not that. Divine Blessing, do a couple courages, and then we'll put on Stay Behind Troops. Hold and attack closest, hold and attack closest, hold and attack rear. Okay. What do we got? 60. 30. I really would like to go here, but the problem is, if I go here, and this is hard, we're going to have to backtrack. And I really would prefer not backtracking. It's unfortunate both of our candles went here and we don't have one here. I think this is the play, though. As spooky as that is. Okay, then here, I would like... Okay, we can still only get 2 sacreds. I would like one of these guys, but if I get him, I can't get research. I would rather get the research, and then we'll have Braun here can bring up the reinforcements to Ginam. So that's what we will do. We don't have our fire breath underwater. If we had our fire breath, this wouldn't worry me nearly as much as it does. I mean, we are slightly better than these guys. Atlantean Militia is not much. Shamblers can be a bit spooky, but we have everything we have can repel them. So I think we're going to be all right. You had all the luck yesterday. What was your luck from yesterday, Werotan? Hey, Severeth. Oh boy. Is, eyes, less, wise, literally unplayable. Cool horses, though. Fire horses are really strong. Yeah, they are incredible. One of the few units I think that may have actually gotten better from having the mount and rider split. That hurt so many units so badly. I think it actually was good here. The horses are not going to tire themselves out, even if you give them quickness. At least not badly. Okay, enough sandbagging here. Let's do it. Let's find out how lucky Werotan is. Oh, nice. That's always good. All right, we want colors, we want rounds, we want level 2 detail. We're gonna get wrapped. Please don't kill my commander, Prophet. Both? Is all their leadership over there? Okay, they only have one leader, and he is where my horses should end up. So as long as my horses connect, we might have a real good go here. Maybe. You're killing me, game. One of the other nice things about the Murloc Knights, a lot of units, because of the split of the cavalry, the mount really struggles to proc to proc Blood Surge. We will not have a problem procking Blood Surge when we're on land, because our Fire Breath should get kills, and then that'll boost their other things, making their Tail Flipper hit a lot better and a lot harder. And so it's just a nice little positive feedback. Underwater, they're kind of whatever, but we're going to be hard carried by the rider down here. I really hope they slide on in here and kill this leadership. It does look like the militia did pull over, though. They were heading back here to flank, but they didn't make it. Now it's just a matter of how much attrition do we take. We have full repellers. All those little ones you're seeing are people getting repelled here. Lots of it going on, although we are taking losses too, which is not surprising. Come on, get the leader. Forget these guys. I guess conversely, you could look at it and say like, well, the more things we kill, the more XP our troops are getting. So if you're an ocean half full type dude, maybe that's a way to look at it. Okay. Not terrible. We did lose 8 and 6 from our crack elite Merlot troops. I'm as shocked as you are that we would lose that much. Our knights got 30 kills. Okay, that was acceptable. Is about all I can say about that. Are we up to an extra knight? We are. We can get 3 knights now. Now, unfortunately, that does mean I cannot afford to get research. I am going to need a faster guy to ferry around reinforcements, so I am going to grab another one of those. It's basically all we can afford anyways. And I can't fully staff the defense. And we're in here. Over here, oh man, 2. Hold an attack rear. We're going to want them to be in the same place. All right, come on, Braun. We got to be a little bit lucky here, so we could be a little bit closer. We arrived a smidgen late, and I want you guys to be behind. As long as we don't retreat with either of these, I can combine them next time, and then we should be good to go. Okay, we have 1 ducat left. I don't think there's much I can do with that. We do have an easy expansion to head into. Okay, we have an underwater throne. We have 1 on land. Let's pop in. Well, no, let's go that way. And these are nothing I would want to recruit, so don't care about that. Let's go. Scout, I would love it if I could afford one, but right now I just need somebody who can ferry around our reinforcements. Oh, that was a little spoilery, but it was good news for once. Man, look at how much has already died. Holy moly. Kelp check. Sorry, I don't have any emote for that one. All right, again, all the leadership in the back. Ooh. Okay, that's not ideal. That's not ideal. I did see some enchanted blood going off, so somebody has taken some damage. Yeah, look at that. We've got a knight that has lost all of her... Yeah, we lost a knight, and we have a knight here that lost all of her mirror images. These dudes are serious business underwater. I mean, obviously they're aquatic, but they're better than they look. Okay, well, we won, but at what cost? 1 invaluable knight. That's unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. The mount did make it back home, so at least we get a half pricer. Okay, again, I'm going to have you bring up the reinforcements, hold an attack rear on that side. Okay, can you do that? You can't make it all the way over there. So we're going to go here. So we're going to expand to here and then there. This could be a spot for a early fort. Okay, we see Oceania. Okay, it's unlikely. Atlantis would have to be like right here. So Atlantis is probably in the donut. If that's the case, I think I do want to see more of the ocean. That kind of makes me want to fort this. If we're gonna fort this, Braun should probably head on up. I think I'm also going to combine these into one group because we're down to 11 of them. Braun will stay here in fort, and then we will attack over here. Triton troops and Shark Knights. Ooh, spooky. Okay, not much else I can do about that. We do get a half price. That's handy. We are going to need somebody to lead them. Oof, I could only get 1. I should get her first because she can research while we're waiting for a second turn of recruitment. Yeah, I think that's going to have to be the case. And I think I'm just going to hold on to my money. Although I would like a little more scout. Let's get 1 more scout, at least. I want to check what's right here and right here. See if we need to hurry on land for anything. Okay, and you can be a little closer even more now. I'm gonna have you do some extra holding. No, stay with troops. Just to be sure. All right, do it, boys. Farming XP. Hopefully. Hey ho, how's it going? Right on theme for us tonight. Does glamour work underwater? I think so. I don't know off the top of my head what wouldn't. You can always double check if a spell can or can't be cast underwater, like Twilight. Cannot be cast underwater. It'll say that if they don't work. So again, just another reason we want to get on land. Okay, so I also need, our next group's going to definitely go here just to finish off our cap circle. I think that's all I can do this turn. Could up that. I think I will. Underwater has really bad events when you get like Kraken attack or sea trolls. I'd like to just knock off whatever events I can turn off, I want to turn off. Wrath Walker. Hello, guys. Gonna lurk, but piped up to wish a good live stream to you all and good luck to Babel. Well, thank you very much, man. Appreciated. Why did they retreat so soon? We can look at them. They're not stupendous troops, to be honest. No armor is part of their problem, so it's just some natural protection. Morale 10, and they're being led by, yeah, a +0. So they just HP routed, basically. After we killed enough of them. If they had more of the armored variety, they might have actually been able to win that. All right. No whammies, no whammies. Bless the cursed water. Research in conjuration is completed. Okay, we're up to level 2. Battle in cursed water. Good morning, Finn. Good evening, Shannon. All right, how are we doing? Okay, no crazy flanking positions or anything. I think we're going to be just fine. I would actually like it if like a small group, yeah, there we go. A small group would go over here to take some pressure off of these guys. They're going to struggle. These guys are frankly just a speed bump at the moment. A speed bump that's probably going to die. Repel like your life depends on it, guys, because it literally does. Nice. Their leader stayed and fought to the death, and he's gone. Cool. Level my units, please. All right, Cursed Water is ours. 50 units. Ixator soldiers and Aphros. I kind of want to try to cut them off. All right, we are definitely not going to be able to do that anymore. We're going to have to line formation. And I think we're actually going to put them down middle. And we're only going to do one Sermon of Courage, I think. And then I'll let him decide what he wants to do. Braun, you're going to stay here and hopefully build a fort. 5 of these. Is 5 of these enough to kill these guys underwater? It's our satyrs. It's our soldiers, excuse me. So it's one of these guys. They have pretty bad attack. Our defense is pretty good. They're gonna berserk. The berserk could be a pretty dangerous. Oh, never mind. I've read that totally wrong. That's Ictisators. I'm a lot less worried about Ictisators. I think we're going greed. I would love to cut him off right here. All right, you are going to try to make it there. We can't. Unfortunate. Recruit in as many of these as we can. We have 45 gold left. Give me one more scout. Treats. All right, let's go check what's on land here. Ooh. Oh, he is really cornered. We have one of those weird maps where we don't actually have a full waterway right here. This also could be Nabah. Let's make landfall and see if it is. Okay, you're going to research because we only have one person here. We're going to have 5 next turn. You're trying to deliver the reinforcements and you just cannot catch up. This is very greedy, by the way. I think I'm willing to risk. I think I'm willing to risk it. If we were on land, I would be very confident we would win this. But the fact that we're underwater and our horses aren't really doing anything gives me pause. What's better, the Morgan Princess or the Morgan Champion? The Champion is the cheaper one. I would, of course, love the Princess, teehee, but it's 4 commander points and it's 515 gold. I can't afford that right now. So we're going to have to do Morgan Champions to do our expansion. And they do actually struggle to get the Bless out. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. All right, let's see if we can bounce them. Proclamation from Ariu. There was a battle. There was a battle. Okay. Let's see. So I'm assuming we win this one. I can't imagine we lose this. Just some random shamblers versus my cav. Again, we can repel, and they're going to struggle to hit us anyways. And even if they do, they have to make it through the mirror images. Shamblers are just not it for this, for countering Morvarc'h Knights. Yeah, dominated. All right, an event in Cursed Water. What did I just say? A small but powerful Shambler Society. What do you mean small? I think that I'm pretty... Well, we have Unblessed Sacreds. Can my Unblessed Sacreds hold it, or are they going to get HP routed? Wow. I want a refund. What did I just say about bad events underwater? We didn't even get the bounce we wanted. All right, well, what did we lose here? Nothing, so we're still good. 30, I think. I think I have to take that. I don't want them to come back down here. That sucks. That really sucks. And do we lose Braun? They killed Braun, too. Oh, he did not deserve that. You were too good for this world, Braun. Too good. Man, they killed my other leader, too. Holy crap. That really sucked. That really sucked. They just, like, killed everything. All that was good in the world. Alright, none of this stuff is things I would want to use, except for maybe Blurred Body. So we'll do Blessing, Blessing, Blurred Body, and then attack closest. These are going to be hold and attack closest. And just like as if I'm thugging, I'm going to stick them over here. I am going to go for this because I want to get the max resources. This group's probably going to have to turn around and get some reinforcements, unfortunately. Okay, new scout, who dis? Head off that way. And here... I don't even think I want to get Knight Commanders. I think I just want to get a Morgan Champion. She's going to be able to research for a turn. We're going to be 2 turns to recruit more. I think there's nothing for it. That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. We lost a lot there. That was Nabah. All right, I did call that. So for anyone who doesn't know, Nabah has, I don't remember what it's technically termed, but they have hidden dominion. So until you see them, you don't know that it's actually there. Dominion hides province ownership. And that extends to the name of the province on the map. Normally, you can see like, hey, look, this is where Oceania is because it's called Oceania. I don't remember what this was called. It was like Shebang or something, but it was not called Nabah. So just food for thought there, that if you're wondering if a wasteland is Nabah, A, it probably is, but B, you have to actually go check. All right, well, that is what that is, unfortunately. All right, battle in Sacred Lake. Retake our land from the Oppressors. No, this is my southern expansion party. Stabby, stabby. I don't like going with just 5 because if we have any losses or if somebody gets like a limp or a cripple, that's going to really, really hurt them. But conversely, I need to make up for lost time, so we got to get moving here. All right, what do we want next? We want Ocean of Plenty. Oh, yeah. All right, and we're going to go up to 11 immediately. What do we have left? All we have left is 4. So we're going to have to go back for reinforcements. Now, luckily, we don't have any way slowing us down, so we can move quickly. Oh, yeah, look at that. That's better. That's much better. Okay, now we cooking. Now we cooking. All right, we're going to make up for lost time. We've had a pretty bad start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're on turn 8. We can turn it around, chat. We can turn it around. Typical Babel expansion. And roll it. Underwater map is if people don't doom target you the second you are on land. Yeah, yeah. Never let water nations get on land if you want to win a game. There's just no reason to let them do it. I just got here and things suddenly went wrong. I'm noticing a pattern there. Hey, Pedro W. Why not just make the Morvarc'h Knights bodyguards for the champion? You sure can. You sure can. If you do that, I do tend to find that your champion tends to make better contact. Whether you like that or not, maybe is the thought process. I tend to prefer that they don't actually get to fight. Hence, I let them do it this way, but you're totally right. If you only have 5 of them, you definitely could. In fact, maybe we'll do that on this group and we can do some live comparisons. All right, Perry, have a good one. Oceania already cut off. I think they went on land. David would like to be a researcher. All right, you can be a researcher. All right, again, Shamblers are not too bad for us. They have to get pretty lucky to hit us between the repel, the mirror image, and the defense. So pretty good, pretty safe, good expansions into those. Not bad. Okay, good job, ladies. All right, for comparison's sake, we'll put them on bodyguard. We can watch and see what they're doing. All right, now heavy infantry, archers, militia. That's not too bad. Ariel already has a throne. I'm not in love with that. Not in love with that. Head that way, would you? All right, I think I am going to try to take that. I think we should be just fine there. In the capital, we'll do that. And you know what? I think I will, since bodyguard that doesn't have barding yet, I will go ahead and throw one on guard there. Hold an attack closest. I don't have any barding for you yet, unfortunately. We're heading to the high ocean. All right. And again, immediately, we want sacreds. I already have a leader for them, so hence this. I do need somebody to go build me forts, so I will take one of these. Or alternatively, well, he can stay and be the Castilian. That's fine. I was going to say I could get a scout for ever so slightly cheaper. But that's fine. Okay, nobody immediately here. So I would like to get on land. If I could get here and claim a cave entrance. Oh, shoot. What did I select for caves? Did I leave it on total random? I don't remember what I selected there. I was so distracted by the donut. I would like it if we could go underground. Agartha is going to be down there, but maybe we could carve out a little slice for ourselves. All right, one scout's going to get that, so this other one can head that way or up here. Let's actually go up here. Boom. All right, one researcher. All right. Go with Dr. Sampson for your dad. Well, my condolences for your loss. Memorial Merlot Druid for Dr. Sampson. Boom. Boom. I like how fast these turns are. I don't like that. Hello, neighbor. How are you? This actually looks like a very juicy target, if I'm being honest. Elephant riders, unfortunately, I can't expand into that. I would actually do that if I could. Elephants will trample them, and just like elephants saved our Baratos game, we would have the same problem. They can trample us. Also, I would sure love to get in early on you, but I do not have the forces to siege, so I don't want to start a war and have my expensive expanders sitting on a siege. Into there. That's plenty. I need... Hang on. Let's go get that script, because we're actually going to need it. So this is going to be a number 2. Give me a number 2, please. And we have 6, so we can't do the bodyguard shenanigans, so hold an attack closest. And let's see. I think we're going to go into the easiest thing, which are those boyos. And I do need to get searching. I think I'd love to get one of these. I think I'm going to get one of those started. So we're going to pause on the... Well... No, let's try to get another... Whoops. Let's try to get another expansion party out. Make up for lost time. It's turn 10. All right, you are planning on building a fort over in Cursed Water. Don't... Yeah, don't go through the capital. Too likely you're going to get caught and killed. Middle Age of Gartha is not the best matchup. Nope, no it is not. Although, against the AI, they probably won't do anything to counter Fire Breath, so... Elves strong together. I don't know about that. And Wero 10 making a good point. Sailing, right here, our sailing is allowing us to go over here. If we didn't have sailing, we would have to go through here, probably. So, making some use out of that. Sailing is very strong. It's a nice benefit. Even if you can't cheat like the AI does with it. A messenger has arrived from Oceania. Really, dude? You want to do that, huh? Alright. You want to do that? We can do that. I'm just debating here. Do I want to keep expanding? I do kind of want to keep expanding here. Alright, take that. Here's Oceania. Who's made it into the water from one side or the other. Oh, never mind. He is not in the donut. Interesting. It's unfortunate there's no connection here. Okay. Also unfortunate is my cash reserves. If I don't do that... No, we're not even there yet. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say we could start a fort, but we cannot. I am gonna go 21 here. I don't want to encourage them to attack me. Oops. All right, and then we're gonna need to go in this direction. I don't actually see troops here. I think instead I'm gonna go back this way because I'm gonna need more troops to fight this war. I'm gonna have this one keep expanding a little bit. I kind of want to build a fort here. They don't have any good units or anything, but just because it'll be a really high resource fort. There's no thrones or anything here, so let's do that. We're going to move here and want to build a fort next turn. So I would like a little bit of money. I do think I want to get that started. Although we just had a war declared on us. No, Babel. No greed. No greed. Okay, I already have a leader, though. I don't need you. Let's get the troops out. This is going to really suck. Do I have... Yeah, we're going to need to do some summons for siege. Something to help us siege. Because we're not going to have the siege strength to get through a fort. Even if we can beat the troops. Alright, let's roll that. How does the AI cheat sailing? The AI is able to sail into you. Like, let's say let's say that we had a sailing AI down here. He'll sail into me here, and he'll take my territory without declaring war on me. So they can take territory because they don't know you own it. But if you want to take that territory back, you have to declare war on them. So it's a weird game mechanic interaction. It's very weird. In a multiplayer game, it obviously wouldn't matter, right? Because whether you are or not declared war, the only real mechanic there is, do you have enforced diplomacy or not? But for the AI, they do not have that problem. Okay, we want to attack you. We are going to be here with a bless. Actually, you know what? No, let's not change that. Just in case that we get jumped and I'm not able to coming together. I do think I probably want to spread out also. We'll do this. You guys are actually... You are going to attack rear. All right. I just want it noted, as usual, peaceful babble did not start this war. I'm also just barely too poor. Poet and don't know it, but I can't start my fort. Okay, land battle. How did you go? Because apparently I skipped one. Do you think a blessed dependent play strategy, your prophet should not have magic paths? It just depends. I don't like prophets on high-powered mages, because if you're casting holy spells, you're not using your mage paths. It does make that expensive mage not have upkeep. So if you have something stupid like, I don't know, a mummy that costs 1,200 gold in upkeep, maybe there's an argument to be made. Oh, fire breath. Maybe there's an argument to be made about making them your prophet. But for me, the ideal prophet would have like Earth 1, Water 1 or something. So I could put on Stone Skin, Temper Flesh, Quicken Self, things like that is totally fine. That's my preference. We land now, boys. You thought we retreated under the sea? No. We were keeping you safe from the Morvarc'h horses. Now you have unleashed them. Yeah, if we look at one of these boyos, he did not get the kill, but hoof attack 14 when we're on land, rather than the tail, which is only 10, and fiery breath. The hoof attack is encumbrance 6. The fiery breath, I believe, is just the 1. So we're not even going to tire ourselves out particularly fighting like that. And if we, let me see if I can find somebody who has a kill on their horse. I want to show you the stats. All right, they all just apparently broke like instantaneously, unfortunately. All right, well, you'll just have to imagine if they had their blood surge up, blood surge adding in 3 attack, 3 strength on top of this, so 17 hoof attack with 18 damage. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like that boyo on fire. Yeah. No, and I just realized I don't know. That sounds okay. I guess we just had a silent death there for a second. Okay, cool. I am going to put some PD down just to make sure we don't lose it behind us. I do think this group is going to keep expanding. I do really want this. I'm gonna go here is the plan, just to get this built up. And we can't get a leader. We get a junkie guy here that can't cross the water. That is unfortunate. That is really unfortunate. All right, let's start in. I need to get somebody out in site searching. I want to do one of her because I want to site search for Glamour 3. If I went this way, I'd only get 2. Yeah, I would only end up getting 2. So I do want to get full glamour so that we can build up glamour gems to summon in horsies. Suddenly, Dahoot, the Morgen Queen, appeared at your gates and wished to fight for your cause. Dahoot is the daughter of Malgvin and Gradlon, founders of Keris. When Malgvin returned to her ancestral home in the north, All she had left was her daughter and a Morvarc'h steed. When Gradlin died of old age and the reign of Dahut began, the Keris became a city of unrivaled splendor, enchanted by the sorcery of Dahut. But the golden age of Ys had to end. Tir Danog fell with the arrival of men, and contacts with Ys were lost. When the last of the Tuatha kings was slain by a Milesian hero, the remaining Tuatha sorceresses fled the human onslaught. The refugees were invited by Dahut and came to the island city of Ys. Together they worked powerful magic and hid the city underneath the waves. Now a god has arisen with the promise of a new golden era, and the enchantments hiding the city have been unraveled. Ys and its queen have risen from the waves for all to witness. So, cha-ching! Not bad at all. That kind of makes me want to use her to go site searching. I think I'm going to use her to go site searching. She's just literally a better version of that. And then we could save big here. We could get another round of those and a leader. Yeah. All right, give me a number 2. You guys are going to hold an attack closest. Do something like over here. And unfortunately, you're just going to have to run to the war front. I sure would love to take this. No, let's try to end this war. The Hoot is going to be on retreat. And I guess it's kind of eeny, meeny, miny, mo, isn't it? Mo. We'll go there to start our site searching. Now, do we have anybody down here who could help? Manchan. What a name. Manchan, you get to assist your queen. You are the kingdom's #1 simp. You get to go with him and do some nature searching. All right, let's see if anyone else is in this other pond. All right, and you get to just patrol here because I'm going to build a fort here, allegedly. At some point, I really, really will do it. Okay, let's hope we win this fight. It's going to really suck if we don't. Tir Danog split into like 3 nations in MA. We have Ys has some, Eriu has Tuatha, and who else is the third one? Isn't Ys Mervani and Formoria? We're Tir Danog. Formoria and Tir Danog also kind of share some of the Tuatha. They're all kind of the Celtic elves. All right, roll it. Ooh, a lot of fighting. Okay, battle in South Alir. Okay, this is what I assumed was my attack, right? No, this is him attacking into me. Okay, that's unfortunate. Luckily, it's my Prophet's army, which is large. Okay, this is all right. Again, we just don't have our fire breath down here, which makes this very spooky. I see a lot of enchanted blood going off. Some of them retreating. I think we definitely took some losses, though. All right, run them down. Everyone you run down now is another one you don't have to face next time. Okay, that went all right, considering. We lost 2 mounts. Okay, that went pretty decent. At least we get some half price things. All right, battle in Second Forest. Okay, that's on land. Yep, the Fomorian giants are extinct at this point. Kick rocks, Oceania. Poor monkeys. Oh, poor monkeys. All right, one of you horses has got to have it this time, right? Here we go. Finally. So when you get Blood Surge active, look at the stats on this bad boy. 17 attack, 18 damage. The Fire Breath is AoE 1, so attack really doesn't matter here, but we also get extra defense and reinvigoration. So now our horse itself is up to 13 defense. That's not terrible, considering we have 19 protection and 22 on the head. And fatigue, look at this. Look at this. Extra reinvigoration, 1 blood surge reinvigoration. Not terrible. Not terrible. We can fight for a very long time. Yeah, poor monkeys. God, imagine the smell of this battle. All that monkey fur getting burned. Oh. What is the strongest middle-aged underwater nation? Ilwinter made Oceania just to suffer. Well, if you ask some members of chat, the strongest underwater nation is middle-aged Pelagia. I would say it's probably Relay. I like Atlantis, but Atlantis has the same problem we do, that they have coastal recruit, and they don't really have good mages on land, whereas Relay at least has something okay. Yeah, and Mind Blast. All right, now this was really annoying because where did you go? They attacked me here, so my units didn't move up to here. So that's a little awkward. All right, I am going to put 21 defense here. I think we're going to, I guess we'll preach, because I want to catch up with the rest of my guys. All right, over here, I am going to start building rock walls. All right, you two are searching. Rats, they just got here literally as I arrived. That's annoying. All right, we'll take that. I'm willing to share that for now. Oh, look at that. He already got a land fort. Good for you, Atlantis. Smart. Okay. That's a good sign. Good sign the AI is not going to be complete garbage. And that's it. Is Relay strong just because of High Astral? I mean, High Astral is good. They have just a bajillion mind-blasting troops. They have decent pathing. Astral's just a really strong path that you can use. They have okay land recruits, which is something the other water nations don't necessarily have. All right, we've got the army here. Look at that. Good army. All right, we're going to split up, though. So I want you to attack that. I want you guys to attack there. I want to take their everything. We have to teach them a lesson for starting this war. They may have started it, but we will end it. All right, found a site. Sparkling current. Fire. A living kelp and a living sediment. Excellent. All right, we got some nature income. We got some fire income. Both of those are great. Afford to actually put in my PD. Barbs are a little spooky. Hopefully we'll get a good fire breath in on them, and that won't be a problem. I have money this turn. That's probably good enough to go, but I think I'm going to give them another round. What else do I want? We need to do a bunch of infrastructure. So I think I'm actually not going to do this. Let's grab another one here. Let's grab those. We actually finally have some leftover stuff, so I am going to grab... I think I'm going to grab a set of our heavies. Oh, that's so bad. Maybe not. We're going to need some siege chaff, is just what I'm thinking here. Okay, we'll start getting a few of those, because we're going to really struggle to break these walls down. And I don't want a bajillion expensive sacreds having to sit on top of that. Mercs. No mercs. Battle in a Forest of Falling Leaves. Yeah, I think it's pretty plain as day here how much better our sacreds are on land. Like, we did fine underwater, but I was clinching for a few of those. Other than just a lucky barbarian hit, I mean, we don't really have anything to worry about here. Again, we can repel, we have the mirror images, we have high defense, we have good protection. Like, what just an amazing unit. And I didn't even Hell Bless. Like, remember, we went Rainbow Resists, and then Enchanted Blood Surge. You could definitely go harder on these. Yeah, we just dominate them. Look at that. Just absolutely dominated. And they're dead. I don't know, we've lost what, 3 or 4 sacreds the entire game so far? 3 of which were due to an Oceania backstab. Alright, this is mostly gonna be their PD. That's unfortunate. Now this is not good. Now we lucked out, at least it's on the armored one and not on our prophet. He says his 2 of them make a run for the prophet. I did put a bodyguard here, so that's something. We should HP route them though, I'm hoping. Yeah, but they do berserk, so. Okay, we wiped the rest of those out. We are alive here, and our horse did not take a wound. Our horse over here, you're fine. Are you the one that's wounded? Yeah. Okay, didn't take a permanent wound though. Okay, that was a little lucky. He could have, that could have very well swung the other way with a lucky hit from one of those. Okay. It's kind of ironic that I see more flanking action underwater than I do on land. Alright, this was our raid group, essentially. Ooh, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. I guess, luckily, this is the bodyguard group, so at least we're going to be all together. Get them, ladies. Get them. Again, we're basically just hoping for HP routes. Ooh, although, I see we have mage support. I don't love that. I love that he has just insisted on throwing web and he has not hit us yet. We lucked out that none of those water hits have hit us though. That is very dangerous. Holy moly. It's like fighting under mortar fire. Yeah, web your own guys some more, please. Yeah, and this is unfortunate. We've got a whole bunch of dudes who are all enraged. We've lost a lot of mirror images. We definitely had casualties here. Looks like we're going to carry the day, though. Ouch. Ouch, ouch. Alright, what's the tally here? We lost the mount on the leader, and we lost 1 actual knight. 8 death gems from a sunken ship. Unrest and misfortune in Oceania, and we have started to destroy the gate. Okay, that's actually kind of shocking to me, frankly. All right, what's left? Enough. I'm gonna reacquire mount though. No, I'm not. We're gonna be really, really greedy. I want to take out all their stuff and make sure they're not building a fort or something. We've got them under lockdown now, so now it is a matter of time. I do think I'm going to transfer over a bodyguard, though. We keep getting flanked. All right, you're building the rock wall. You're going to take these, hold an attack closest. All right, run over there. I need to recruit. 1 underwater leader's fine, TM. And then give me my sacreds, and then give me some more Merlot. Alright, we'll do 1 or 2 more turns of that, and then I'll run over them for the siege chaff. What is with this? That's interesting. Why is there 2 death here? Also, I think we're going to be just fine. I am going to go Conch 5. We're going to go for Voice of Tiamat. We got a lot of ocean. Alright, you're doing just fine on land. Head over there. I can't get a leader there. We can get a barbarian leader or a monkey. The monkey has stealth. We'll get a monkey. Why am I getting the monkey? He's going to come over here and build a fort. Should be a pretty good fort. Lots of resources. And if we can get this up and running, then I'm pretty secure in my position. Okay, we're going to take that. Ooh. Hello, nurse. Looks like we've got the Morgana god over here for Eridu. Eridu still looks like a pretty juicy target to me, so I'm not going to try to make any peace offerings or anything. I would like to go get some temples down, though. This is a little spooky to me. I do think I want to do that. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. All right, you are going to go check that. Oh, look at that. Look at that. A little volcano island. How cool is that? Nice. All right. Head over here. I have a feeling Atlantis will declare war on me at some point relatively soon. Just because we're another water nation. And they're just mean like that. Okay, we could bid on some cavalry. Could use them to attack over here. I think I will put a bid down. Nothing crazy. If we get it, we get it. If we don't, we don't. Oh, I missed my count. Shoot. All right, well, what are we at currently? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 on turn 15. Somebody in the comments will have to let me know in the VOD what we had on 12. I totally spaced on that. Was too excited by the war. Nabal probably top 5. Yeah, the problem with Nabal is everyone in the lobby should just build to counter you and you should just be a free kill. And if they don't, then that's on them. That's why people hate nations like that, though, because they force you to build a certain way. Hey, Axe, how's it going? You're already beating Oceania to death. They started it. They started it. Why you no count from the nation over the screen? Why not? Because I'm stubborn. I don't know. I like clicking and counting my nations. Also, apparently we got bumped off of this. That's embarrassing. What happened there? I guess just too many? Yeah, like, legitimately, what happened here? Oh, Breath of the Dragon happened here. Oh, they killed my leader with Breath of the Dragon. Spooky. You lucky little bugger. And it was his prophet, too. Okay, he's definitely building a fort there. Change of plans. You're going to go there. Okay, keep site searching. All right. As hilarious as it is to watch this, I don't think we need to watch me flame breath a billion guys again. I think we know how that's going. So we're going to skip that one. Monkey Man, come on over. Build me temple. All right, you are going to lead these. You are going to lead those. You get a number 1. You get a number 2. Hold an attack closest. Hold an attack closest. I do think I'm going to wait for one more round of those. We're sitting on plenty of money. Let's grab a sorceress finally. I keep queuing her up and then canceling her. Okay, almost done. Full exploring. You. Let's get underground with you and see what a Garth is up to. You can patrol. You can research. Go. Pretty decent. We had a really unlucky, like, turn 4 or something. We had an event retake a province behind us, and it killed off like 3 sacreds that we were reinforcing, a Merlot champion, and a cavalry commander. So that was pretty oofy, and like 11 PD. So we lost a lot for nothing, and it made us turn around because we lost our reinforcements. So that wasn't great, but it wasn't crippling, as you can see. Okay, I do want to take this out. He's building a fort, although maybe I let him build the fort. And then we just take the fort. But it's going to be a crappy fort. I could build a better one. I could build a better one. He was deployed on this side, wasn't he? We're going to specifically deploy against him. I do also think I need another, not third body. Another one of those. Look at this, using my newly learned hotkey to move things around. Like that. I want to make sure I get those blessings. All right, we're going to try that again. All right, we built a temple. I think I need to do some temple spam here. We got the money. Construct me a palisade. Let's up that PD since we're doing construction. Ooh, astral. Okay, he's probably going to do some site searching too. But I'm going to have him make landfall. He can build infrastructure quick. Whoops. No. Recruit, not intern. We'll take some research. We'll take another set of knights. I don't think we're going to take any more Merlot. We'll just take that. Okay, hold and attack closest, new. Hold and attack rear. Okay, you rush to there. You also rush to there. Although, you know, I don't think we actually need to rush that bad. Let's switch that up to closest, and let's get some of this. Beru's not going to take it. I'm going to take it. Oh, they also have a throne. Man, the AI is doing pretty good on getting thrones. Better than they've been doing recently. All right, I do actually want to look at this one. Again, just to illustrate how ridiculous these horses are. Look at what we're up against here. I mean, not the most dangerous thing ever, but this, you know, if you went into this with the wrong army, this is totally able to kill you. That many ghouls. And we're just going to absolutely fireball them. Oh no, they got to my leader. She's just out there ending fools' careers. Look at that. It's absolutely nuts. Bye-bye, ghouls. Ghoul be gone. Every AI game, I bail new people out. I'm always tearing down and redoing their forts. Yeah. I have a nasty habit of being too specific about it. Sometimes you just need a fort, but I am also the same way. I really like to have my forts in the proper spots because they're way better when they're in the proper spots. We did not get those cavalry, unfortunately. The Damned Legion. It's Nurgash. Totally unrelated. Legally distinct legions of the dead. Nurgash, the Damned Legion. And I actually am going to pay a pretty penny here because I think we can make a play for this throne. I think we can do that. Okay, we are recruiting. We are building 2 months. You two are site searching. Oh, yeah. And we're down to 15 research. Oh, yeah. Okay, Morgen Queen found a site. Found 2, actually. More algae fields and a deep crevasse. Cool. I never even looked at this. What is here? Slave troopers, shamblers, Atlantean militia shamblers, a mind lord. This is going to be totally doable for us. We just need time to do it. So that'll be easy. There's 5 magic here for anyone playing at home. Good place for a research center. No. Accusations that our research center drives people mad and causes celestial horrors are greatly exaggerated. I assure you, cursed water is just badly named by our enemies. It is perfectly safe. I don't know why you would keep questioning me about that. Who is the most forgotten nation? Nidovigurt? I don't think so. They're brand new practically. Forgotten? I would say it's probably like underwater nations like Pelagia or Oceania. There's a magic fort there. Ooh. Well, we're heading there to search. Okay. Not this time, buddy. I see you in the back. Is that their prophet? It is. Come on, guys. You got to get in there. Don't let him hit you with Breath of the Dragon a billion times. And he retreats like the coward he is. I'm going to up that a little bit. We're going to continue after him. Yeah, we had losses there. 4 of them. Ouch. All right, we had 2 neutral battles. I don't think we need to watch this. I don't know. I won't lie. I do get a lot of satisfaction just watching them run up and just delete the front line. Imagine if we had gone quickness. We definitely should work on getting quickness buffs. Because these are so ridiculously good. So good. Early era TNG? I think EA TNG is much more interesting than it used to be now that they have those non-fort recruit units. It's not going to be revealed like anything other than a search all spell? I gotcha. Well, we don't have it yet, so... Machaca? Machaca is actually relatively popular, I feel. Of those 2, I would definitely say Oceania. Okay, some imps. Not the worst choice. They're at least going to be a little fire resistant. Swordmasters, yeah, and whatever the other one is too. There's the Swordmasters and somebody else. Imps for days. Yeah, I'm a pretty big fan of TNG, but, you know, that's kind of my aesthetic. For anyone who's been around the channel, I do enjoy, like, the Asian mythology type things, kung fu, etc. What? My poor boys in late age, though. Man, they get done dirty. Maybe one of the nations that lost the worst in the transition to 6. EA Patala. There is no EA Patala. What nation do you mean? Are you talking about Kailasa? Okay, that was a little more painful than I thought it was going to be, but we made it. Do I want to? I guess we're already bordering them, so there's no reason to not. I wouldn't actually mind a fort here either. And of course, yet again, I cannot recruit there. That is a little annoying. All right, you're going to chill there. You're out building some infrastructure. You're out building some infrastructure. Okay, yet again, we did not get the recruits I wanted. 6 knights versus 140. I think we can do it. I would feel a lot better if we had like 12 knights. Archers are going to do Jack. Light infantry, Jack. Militia, Jack. Heavy infantry, Jack. Soseda is got 3 levels of experience. She's got heroic toughness. Ooh, got them lady abs. Her mount has a never healing wound. We are pretty banged up on some of her sacreds. I don't think I'm going to chance that. What I will do is our next set is going to go reinforce over there, and they'll team up. All right, continue getting the stuff around it. And we'll just have that next one come over. All right, Paola. My underwater one's going to be busy for a very long time, so I'm going to have her go on land and start site searching. We have 1 commander point left. Let's actually get some research started. Yeah, I'm even willing to sacrifice one of those for it. And we have a lot of resources. Let's get a few heavies. They're so forgettable to you that you can't even remember their name. Same with yeomen. Dude, can you imagine how jacked yeomen would be if they were a middle-aged nation? Like, they'd probably be too much to be an EA nation. But if they were in middle age, with what they have, they could dominate. It's just, unfortunately, they're in late age. And they haven't even invented shields or crossbows yet. Still wearing, like, EA-level armor. It's such a sad, sad thing. All right, lab going up. You are site searching. Continue the rampage. Chilling. First level fort is complete. They're going to search. Build fortress. Okay, it looks like there might be multiple cave systems. All right, Oceania has been purged from the land. We are down to just their capital. And I believe we are destroying the walls, so it's a matter of time till we win. I don't think they can take us at this point. Our fire, well, no, maybe. We don't have fire to clear the gates. I was going to say, because with our fire breath, there's no way they could stop us, but no fire breath there. Do I have 21 down here? I don't. Let's up that. It's unfortunate that's not coastal. Yeah, let's keep cutting them off. Screw you guys. Did you literally take death? You idiots. What are those scales? What are those scales? Death 3, cold 3, misfortune 2. Oh my gosh. You are terrible. Holy moly. Yeah, late age TNG is post-Mongol conquering. It is cool. And they were better in 5. The problem is the mount changes. They've got a whole bunch of light cavalry in late age. We just found 5 magic sites. Monstrous conch. I'm not going to say anything about that other than there's 2 of them here. Fathoms deep. Increasing magic scales by 2. smoldering starfish colony, and crust of molten sulfur. I feel like there's a story being told about from these sites. But again, I'm not going to comment on that. I'll leave that up to your imagination. For better or worse. All right, our siege stuff is arriving. Magic 5, yep. We were commenting about that earlier. The claims that our magic school in cursed water is driving its pupils insane are unfounded propaganda from the enemy. In fact, it's so much propaganda. I'm going to stop here and I'm going to build infrastructure before we move on. Because I am going to recruit. Ooh. Okay, here we go. They are in this cave. All right. Build me a temple. Get my temple spam on a little bit here. Okay, you have the temple, you have the lab. Now do a site search. You know what? We might as well make connection with this other ocean. All right, what did I say I was going to do here? I was going to reinforce to attack the throne. So there. You're going to head there. Look at that map move. Oh, that is so nice. Okay, that does mean, though, I don't want to go there. I want to go there. And I think I'm getting a sorceress again. Yeah. They're not very good underwater, particularly. I mean, 2 water is not going to do much, but on land, they're fine. Where are we at? We're almost a 4. Okay, so we can actually... Hang on. Nope. I want one of these because they can summon in my sacred horses. Change of plans. Are the horrors attracted to high magic? Yes, but specifically what's happening here, if you have scales that are 4 or 5, both positive or negative, they do bad things to you now. So magic 5, research plus 5. That's amazing. Unrest plus 1 to 15 per month, and we're randomly going to get horror marks. So like if you have order, like really high order, you get like minus research because like everything's too rigid or et cetera, et cetera. So like there's bad things that happen when you get to extreme scales. One of the changes in 6. Again, another very subtle change, but has big gameplay implications. All right, let's get out of here before we get horror marked. Oh. I spoke too soon. He spent a little too much time down with the monstrous conch. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. All right, we're going to recruit druids forever in this fort. I'm kind of tempted to not even recruit troops because all they're going to do is get horror marked here and cause me problems. So we'll just recruit druids for research purposes. Are you marked? You're not. Atlantis is down here too. And a throne. Has anyone claimed these thrones? Yes, they have. We know Atlantis owns a throne too. Man, that feeling when you're throneless. Getting shown up by all the AI. All right, now I want to build here, but I can't recruit anything. So give me, oh, here we go. We'll take a scout. Put that on repeat. All right, you have astral. You're going to go do some astral searching for me. Search. We got 1 month remaining on the palisade. You both are going to go in here. Hold an attack closest in a line. Hold an attack rear with my wounded ones. All right. I'm pretty sure we can do that unless there's like a bajillion mages I don't know about. We got more money than we can spend. Get those turned on. We have room for 2. Give me a second one of those. We're going to dump all of our glamour gems into horses. So we're going to need... I want to get those out lickety-split. Can Morvarc'h troops even be assassinated? You could be right on that, Palefish. You actually could be right about that. I don't think I've ever seen that happen. Middle-aged Agartha is a mood? Yeah. Yes, it is. No thrones, but you got all the waifus. Cyanide, when did you start playing gotchas? Completely broke, but have waifu. Ham, the Adite general, has claimed the White Throne in the name of Necromorbin, the Grey One, the Afterthought, the remote and inaccessible god. Ham the Adite. That just happened. Uh-huh. Yep. That happened. Okay, what do we got? Is this my throne battle? Don't think so. I think this is just my expansion party. Well, yeah, this is just my expansion party. Splat. I won't lie. I really shouldn't bother watching these, but I really love watching those fire charges. Is late age Agartha even fun without the pay ones? They're different. I really have a soft spot for Agartha. I really, really do. I just love the theme of, like, there are these oracles that they're already in their late age in, like, EA because they've already sacrificed their whole civilization to seal away the sealed ones. Then middle age, some idiot breaks the seal and most of them are already dead. And then you start worshiping statues. And then late age, even those guys are dead. And you have a bunch of weebs down in your cave that are, like, pretending that they're Agarthan worm people. Forts and temples? I am forting away. I am templing away. Alright, what do we actually have here? An Astral 3. Okay, you're a little spooky. You're garbage. You're garbage. Alright, we have sages here. Cha-ching is all I have to say. Big cha-ching. Are those guys? I hope those guys are retreating and not coming back to attack my flankers. I did hear a woman scream, so that's a bad sign. Okay. That was a massacre. That was a massacre. We lost one knight. And we took a throne. Which throne is it? In fact, we never even bothered looking. It's the black throne. We never even bothered to look, see what we had. Throne of Twilight. That would be amazing. Nabah has that. We got the black throne. Spreads deadly diseases. Perfect. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. That's exactly what I wanted, was to spread diseases. Thanks, game. Very cool. I didn't want sages anyways. That would be really powerful and give me inland mages I can recruit that I don't normally have. I'm glad you didn't give it to me. Well then, I guess we're leaving. I could go underground. That would probably kick off a war with Agartha. I don't think I want to do that at the moment. This is fine. Man, I am so bummed out. I thought we got a good one. Alright, you go take that. You go take that. Forest trolls, chthonic lions, and watchers. A monolith. Oh no. No! We do not have great things to killing a monolith. Alright, well, that should be a tier 3 throne at least. So that's probably power elements or creation. That is disappointing. That is disappointing. Okay, well, that is what that is. I'm just trying to think like what we're gonna do against that. I guess ogres, I guess? I don't know. I don't know. I don't have a good answer for that one. Okay, my siege crew arrived. Cool. Build me a temple. You guys are site searching. Continue building castle. Is there any reason to stay down here? Sure, but go do it over there. Okay, you're gonna head here. Cool. Take that. All right. So next fort is up. We can immediately recruit. Ironically enough, this guy's vaguely useful because at least I can have somebody else help search for nature. I do kind of want to grab a couple swan herds to just produce some random chaff in case I want some. Yeah, let's get one or two of those. Let's get two of those. And then there's no reason not to build troops up here, so we'll just put that on repeat. Just go ahead and cue that guy in too. Okay, keep searching. Don't think I don't see you there, Atlantis. I don't know what you're thinking, but stop doing it. I do want to take this out. So I think the plan currently, we take Oceania, we take that throne, and then we take that throne, and then we'll reeval. Ironically enough, because there's so many water nations, I kind of have a big chunk of land here, which is super valuable to me. So, booyah. Give me another scout and put that on repeat. Get my sacreds. Yes. No. Let's get another sorceress. All right, you. Ritual spell, monthly ritual, Herd of Morvarc'h for 12 glamour gems. So we're going to be able to do what? Probably 4 by the time I get there. That'll be really, really good if I have to do a land war with somebody. Hey, let me back up a little bit in chat here. If you want to laugh, look up the premise for Welcome to NHK. I'll have to see what that is. I don't know what that is. The sage goes boom. Yes, he does. What even is our pretender? We went with Sleeping Beauty from the pregame video. So she's an imprisoned Morgan sorceress who has fire resistance, cold resistance, lightning resistance, blood surge, enchanted blood. So just a very just vanilla, kind of a rainbowy bless. Not like a hell bless or anything. Our friend Mono. I don't know if I would classify him as my friend. He's like Newman to my Seinfeld. Kobolds? I don't know about kobolds. Great sword of sharpness thugs. Yeah, that's true. Our thugs actually might be able to do something. Maybe. We're definitely going to need a bunch of magic to make that work, though. Okay, we found glowing algae, dark waters, ancient temple of the depths. Nice. If nothing else, at least our site searching has been decent. All right, and that's going to be a border city. You know, Atlantis is actually really strong, although this is a complete garbage fort. Just like us, they have coastal recruits, for anyone who didn't watch that. Yeah, you could only get a couple of these guys. And if we look at the leader here, Initiates of the Deep are coastal fort only, coastal fort only, cap only, and then these are water only. So this fort gives them no magic whatsoever, unless there's an indie there that we don't know about. That's unfortunate. All right, you. I do think I'm going to actually fort right here. So I want to take the land around that. This is another coastal fort for me. I think these two are working their way towards that throne. All right, you are going to start building me palisades. You go up there for building infrastructure. We're rolling now. We definitely have the ball going here. Aryu's another one that is looking a little juicy. You can tell I'm doing good because I'm looking at everyone like they're a steak and I'm starving. All right, we are in on the fortification. I don't even think I'm going to send in the Merlots. I think they get to hold the siege and we'll send the ladies in to do the business here. Those are literally just going to cause an HP rout. I literally think they would be a detriment to the cause. Swan Herder, I want you to summon allies. So for the privilege of a 20 gold per year unit, I can summon in 2 swans per turn. I know, nerf geese. You're going to start building palisades. Please do it before you die of the disease here. Okay. I had to reorient myself there. I was like, where the heck am I? Apparently we picked up a stone bird. Not a terrible item. Apparently we also picked up battle fright. That is a terrible thing. All right, Mr. Astral Searcher, keep going. And actually, I can make Astral Searchers here that are non-amphibious. He is amphibious. I think I'm going to send him underwater to do his searching. Okay, we have a second one. We're going to do Ritual Spell, Monthly Ritual, Herd. We're getting another Sorceress. Give me more Sacreds. Yum, 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 yum. Here they are. We don't really have the blesses to keep them safe, so I gotta be careful with where we apply those. Hey, Broadmeadow. Hey, Mellow. How's it going? That's a ton of land you already have. Holy crap. Yep. Morvarc'h Knights, man. This blessing isn't anything like stupendous. I mean, generally speaking, the only thing we're really making use out of right now is the Blood Surge. They're just that good. They're just that good. You know, I'm very tempted to go down there. I don't think I will, but I'm very tempted. All right, you are going to build us palisades. We had apparently Vinemen and Vine Ogres attacked me over here. I don't love that, but I also don't care that much. Hold attack, close this, hold attack, rear. Yeah, that's fine. I do think I'm going to go underwater. I want to go take this throne too. We can get an underwater fort on it before anyone else can get down there. Build me a temple. We are rocking on our economy, by the way. I don't know if people are noticing how much like cash I'm rolling in, but I am definitely rolling in the cash. And it's only going to get better as these other places finish up. Okay, and then we're getting a leader here, and then I want a nature guy. Yeah. There we go. You retreat. I think I'm gonna head here. I just want to keep an eye on Atlantis, basically. How are you doing? You're okay. Let's go inland. You are building temple. Man, I can even afford to temple spam this game. That's how you know it's going well. All right, Star Peaks. We murdered a bunch of barbarians. At Battle of Wick, we murdered a bunch of humans. At the Fortress of Oceania, let's find out what happened. Imagine being attacked by 50 Canadian geese. Dude, that makes me think of the attacked by a herd of feral hogs meme. Except for obviously it's gonna be geese. Wero 10 is right. I also have 1 level of heroism. Yes, you are correct. Enchanted Blood will never be used if you're never hit. Yeah. We've actually gotten some okay use out of it. I just like it because it's just so good when it's good. Like, we do have high defense, so it's not unlikely that we take a hit but live. And then that gives us some time, like, there you go, there's somebody regening 1 right here. Helps you counter poison, help you counter bleed. The extra magic resist isn't stellar, but it's fine. It also helps our mounts out and our unarmored sacreds. So I feel like that's just a very high value. I think if you wanted to do something similar and wanted to juice this up a little more, add some levels of Undying to make that even better. Yeah, see, like, we lost a knight here. Those water blasts are getting them. Come on, ladies. Push forward. Water Strike is so nerve-wracking. I literally feel like I'm getting, like, artilleried when that spell's going off. Luckily, it's not armor negating or anything. 23 damage. Oof. Come on, team. You gotta chew through these faster. They picked really well with Algae Men. They're mindless, so they're not gonna rout. We're gonna have to chop our way through them. And without our Fire Breath, you can see the difference. At this rate, it'll be a deserved 4-hour stream. Oh, well, thank you, Axe. I think that's the nicest thing you've ever said. They got retired. I got your message, 10-star from the past. Hey, Wolf. Good to see you. One of the things that you need to remember about heroism is it also applies to your sacred researchers. And when you get 1 star as a researcher, you get +1 research. So it's actually a little bit of a multi-purpose bless. Are you selling folks? No, we were attacking Oceania. And Garmer, the god of Oceania, has been permanently vanquished. At the end, he did not rule a single province because he's a scrub that plays Oceania. And he has nowhere else to return to. Rip Oceania. Rest in sushi rolls, I suppose. All right, what did we actually lose there, though? That actually was a little more painful than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, look at that. We lost 10, essentially, knights. That literally doubled our losses for the campaign of anything that's actually relevant. All right, you are going to stay here and patrol. You can come up and do the temple. I think I'm going to go for this throne. 13 cave drakes. Not really scared of cave drakes with the ladies. All right, line formation. We'll do a hold and attack rear with that group. Hold and attack closest. And I do think we will have a bodyguard. That's fine. Keep searching down the coast. You're going to wait there. My site searchers. I got to remind myself, what do we have here? 3 nature, a water, and a glamour. It's fine. We're definitely going to want to do something with this nature at some point. We're not going to be able to get very high, but I don't know. Maybe we could empower up to 2 and then make a thistle mace and then something. Okay, hypothetical, 2 points of heroism. I believe with one star of heroism. I'm gonna misspeak if I say it. I want to say it takes you 4 turns to get to 1 star on a researcher. I very well could be wrong about that. All right, again, I think we're gonna stick. The Morgan sorceresses are just a good investment if we have to do land battles. So I think we're gonna stick with those. I do want my sacreds. Cast herd. Actually, no, I'm going to need some normal leadership here. All right, those are all done. We're going to attack that throne. Stupid monolith. I think if we're going to try to kill that monolith, we're going to need to get some alteration, and we probably want to go up to alt 3. Yeah, probably alt 3 for temper flesh. And then we're going to need construction something. So I'm just going to queue up to 5. I think that's good. Do we have mercs? Otto the Great. I don't know what's so great about Otto. Shipwreckers. Shipwreckers. I hope you're not having any dirty water thoughts, Nabah. All right, herd. Found a magic site. Excellent. An arcane vent. I don't know if I've ever seen that one. Cool. All right, we're done here. We're done here. What is this? Help fort. I wonder if I can upgrade that. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Have him head on over. We have a diseased Merlot. I wonder if there's a disease site here too. Perfect. All right, battle in Trottern. What do we do in Trottern? All right, this is just random barbarians. I assume we dominate them. Jeez. This is so satisfying. That is so satisfying. Grainport. Okay, this is a throne. Hey, Sergeant Flintlock, how's it going? Sorry I'm late, I was napping. Just like my pretender. Okay, we did get a leak towards our leadership, but it's garbage. I'm not too worried about that. Looks like we have some people heading over. Okay, that fire drake is a little worrisome, but do remember we have at least some fire resistance, and we have a decent amount on the horse. Ice drake, again, ditto, we have some frost resistance. Not great, though. Stupid drakes. Actually hurting my units. Taking out my mirror images. Also apparently killing a bunch of their own drakes. Okay, we are starting to see some HP routing. Also, that ice elemental with the tramples is doing pretty good for himself. He's not so big that he can just straight up squish me, but he is definitely popping a bunch of my mirror images. Anytime you want to route drakes, I would be alright with that, just so you know. Man, those drakes. Alright, she's finally had enough of that. And she ends him. Get the other one too. Don't let him escape after that. Oh. You don't let him go? That's unfortunate. Alright, we hold. Ouch. That was really painful, actually. I did not think that this was going to be that bad. The AoE from the drakes did most of that work. Trample definitely didn't help either. Does the Prophet have any heroic trait? Yeah, we do. I believe we... Actually, our Prophet. I don't know. Have we checked our Prophet? Let's see. Prophet has enormous strength, so basically worthless, unfortunately. Okay, we are going to dig this in. What did we get? Iron Throne. Tier 2 Adept of the Iron Order. Actually pretty good, but unfortunately, it's basically what we can already recruit, but they're old. So I guess we get a few for research purposes? I mean, hopefully there's not actually a death site here. Weroton, would you mind claiming that throne? Get me somebody to build a fort. You're going to build a temple. Site search. Construct lab. And you... I guess head over here. Next level of this fort's done. We'll go up to castle. We have Egobale, our Castilian currently. He's just going to guard the fort here. Hold an attack closest. He's not even good enough to put them in formation. I really, really dislike that we have non-formation leadership coming out of here. But it is what it is. We'll have to bring over a lady to take charge. But for now, he can guard. More scouts. I want you to go attack that. I do want to see what exactly we're up against. Now, you stay out of my little lake here, buddy boy. Don't think I don't know that you have the shipwreckers. Another throne over here that we're probably going to go for. This looks like it's probably a tier 1. All right, so we have... Where are you? A tier 2, and we don't have this claimed yet, but a tier 1, a garbage tier 1 for us. Okay, so we're at 3 points. This is 3, so that would be 6. This is probably a 2, could be a 3. It's probably thrown a water, if I had to guess. Let's say it is, so that would put us at 8 points. 9 and 10. Yeah, it's not bad. That kind of makes me want to go for Bishop Fish. Maybe not. I need to think about that. That's a big maybe. All right, we ran out of gems here. Give me my mounted units and my horsies. Cha-ching! In a line. And if we take half the horses and half the horses... Oh, not a very good split. Hold an attack. Hold an attack. Hold an attack. Closest, rearmost, and rearmost. Now, the problem with this is also good luck getting all that blessed. So we're definitely going to want to have this group go join our prophet. Where's our prophet going to go? Probably to this throne next. Or that one. Probably this one. So let's head this direction. We might actually be able to sail that. So next turn, we might actually be able to get over here. You go in there. You guys are site searching. It's fine. Do I want to... Nah. Let's just research. And you can stay here and research. We're getting a druid. I don't really care about the druid. Give me another one of those. Give me the sacreds. Just going to do that. We're just going to keep the sacreds pouring. 200 resources isn't bad. Let me catch up on what you're saying. 200 resources isn't bad. Temper armors 2 can get off the Carno nobles. Does finding a death site increase the death scales of a province? If there's a site that's causing scale changes, you can see the scale changes without finding the site. So like in Cursed Water, we saw that this was Magic 5 when it made no sense that it should be. And that was because of Fathom Deep here increasing it. So sometimes if you spot an area that has Death 2 or Death 3 and you don't have an explanation for it, there's probably some sort of death site, like a plague cauldron or something. All right, you are going to start building our palisades. You are gonna build a temple. You guys can come up here. You, I know you are gonna betray me, so I'm gonna go up to 31. All right, you two, can you sail to that throne? One of you can and one of you can't. Sag. All right, come over here. Build a temple. We're just gonna temple spam this whole place. Head over there. I am so gonna build a fort on this island for no reason, but I'm gonna do it. All right, what do we got? 160 Turtle Tribe Amber Clan. That's not the easiest thing ever. If they have a water mage, that's going to be really difficult. Let's take the island first. All right, you built a temple, you built a lab. Just start researching? Yeah. No, I said research. I said research. This guy is going to retreat. Okay, getting my spy network built up here. I kind of want to go keep an eye on Nabaa. Also, weren't you supposed to attack this? At current province. Oh no, that was the monolith I had queued up to do. Another throne. So this dude right here already has like 2 or 3 thrones. Another possible victory avenue. All right, attack that. Okay, sod, ossuary, walnut wood. Leash. 3 gnomes have joined. Well, I mean, everyone here, of course, went and checked out my new gnome video that dropped yesterday. So you know my feelings. I'm pretty happy about that. They have a slap attack. You stealth? You do. We have Polia and the 3 gnomes. There you go. I told you. We're breaking the box office with this one, boys. Oh, but the gnomes can't go across water. Oh. Put them there. That'd be a waste of time. Ruin all my fun. Could be gates and conjurations. That could be. What's the win condition for this game? Same as I always do, Broad. So this is... we need 10 points of Ascension to win. We have 3 level 3 thrones. We have 5 level 2s and 5 level 1s. So we're looking to get 10 Ascension points. Right now, we own this one, so we're at 2 points. We own this one, but we haven't been over here to claim it. So we're not getting the score, but it's a single point throne. So we're at 3 points currently. I'm pretty sure this is a tier 1. That'll be 4. I'm going to say this is probably a tier 2, so that'll be 6. And then, I don't know, we might attack Nabaa. I mean, we're really actually kind of close to victory here. This has been incredibly smooth tonight. Incredibly smooth tonight. All right, what happened with you guys? Are you guys doing what I told you to do? Wait, you can't sail there, but you can sail there. Why is this 17? I literally don't have an explanation why this one costs more for the sail. It should be the same. Huh. I literally don't know why that works like that. That's a little weird. Okay, well, whatever. I'm not going to argue with that. And you guys were going to go up there and site search. Okay. We have a lot of money left. We're getting recruits there. All right, we're going to turn on our Kernu Druids. So, Earth 1, Astral 1, random of Water, Earth, Astral, or Nature. Essentially, these guys are going to commune up and either do Earth or possibly do Gifts from Heaven. One of the two. Mr. Patrol, you can grab those. Swans can go here. Yep, and then we have a nature guy. And I'm actually just going to put him on auto search for sites. I'm not too arsed if he dies. He's got plenty of places to go search, so should be fine. I think that's it. Go. Oh, I'm definitely outpacing them. Not a gnome, I'm a gnome. I'm a gnoot. Why are chicken thighs so good? Well, you're a thigh man. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, you are auto searching. There's a battle in Midfrin. Okay, this was me checking that throne. Let's see what's here. All right, how miserable are you going to be? Quite miserable, if I had to say. We have magic weapons, so the Cathoric Lions are kind of whatever. They're whatever. Trolls, well, they're trolls, right? They are actually weak to fire. We will dominate the trolls. Watchers. 20 protection. We're going to struggle a little bit getting through 20 protection. They're going to be tossing out lightning. We have some lightning resist, but not lightning 20. And then, of course, Etchin the Monolith. And the first spell he's casting is Body Ethereal. I'm thinking the thug angle is the way to go. We make, like, I don't know, 5 thug ladies. And we give them either Great Swords of Sharpness or the Shatter Maces. I think either ones are fine. And we just go to town. The Shatter Maces, we may not have enough earth, now that I think about it. So that's 31 protection, and he has not buffed himself yet. So that's probably going to be 35-ish, 36-ish. That's going to suck. That's going to suck. That's going to suck a lot. Arin. Okay, we checked that throne too. What do we got here? All right, so some random heavy infantry, whatever. Militia, whatever. Archers, whatever. What are you? Sprites? Sprites. Sprites are cool. They're not deadly, though. They're just going to put us to sleep. Ironically enough, I'm pretty sure that's a magic resist, right? Ironically enough, Enchanted Blood coming in clutch. They're probably not going to be able to do much to us. What do we got for mages? Nature 2, Glamour 2, Nature 2, Glamour 1. This one druid hiding in the bush. Okay. I'm pretty sure we can just dominate this. So over here, when our powers combine, just making sure everyone has orders, and they totally do. Let's just take that. All right, how did we do here? That's actually a battle that we probably had losses on. Crossbows. Curse that human who invented the crossbow. Oh, I'm sure the rivers will hinder the shaman. That's his problem, though. Not mine. He's on auto search. All right, this maybe not. Maybe not. Can we get them before they get a second volley off? Some of them. They actually did not do much. I think they didn't pin. That's pretty lucky, actually. Just as a reminder, since I think we have some newer folks tonight, crossbows are exceptionally deadly because step 1, they're actually armor piercing. So they're armor piercing damage. Armor piercing means that they half the protection from armor when they hit. Piercing means they then further reduce it by 15%. So if you had 20 armor, it would go down to 10, and then it would be 15% reduction rounded up would take it down to 9. So your 20 protection heavy cavalry now has 9 protection. In addition, they have precision 2, so they are very precise range weapons. Now the downside, they fire slow. These are actually pretty fast ones. They fire every other round, but sometimes you have every third, or I think there's a couple that are even every 4th round. So we actually kind of lucked out there. And I guess doubly hilarious, we have sailing. So we actually can recruit crossbows from this island and sail them off the island, which is hilarious. So I'm definitely gonna... Wow, it's got no resources. All right, I do think I'm gonna make a play for that throne. This is kind of sketch. If they have a water mage here, we're probably gonna lose sacreds. But I think I'm willing to do that. I'll tell you what, before we do that, let's have you guys build so I don't have to reacquire mount. Okay, I'm very glad I did that, actually. I didn't realize we'd lost a mount. Okay, you bounced off that throne for me. Head over there. You are site searching for Astral. You know what, buddy? You also get to be auto. I don't think I care enough. We're gonna win. What happened to you, friend? You're a scout. Why are you in the ocean, friend? Because you bounced off the throne. Okay. I'll tell you what, since you're having so much fun, go bounce off that throne too. All right, are we able to upgrade this? No. So we are not allowed to upgrade Oceania. A little sad there. All right, let's go to Oak Beach and we'll start another fort up there. And Carmack is here to build a temple, which he did. All right, you can head up there and build another one. Dimma, we are done with unrest here. So Dimma, I want you to get in position to attack that throne. We'll position you in high ocean while you wait. Gahut and Manchan, if you would mind searching. Okay, this is a scout that just arrived. Ariu, ironically enough, is not doing bad. In fact, everyone's not really doing bad except for Oceania. Everyone else is actually doing okay. We're just doing exceptionally well. It's only turn 27. Look at how much territory we own. That's really good. Okay, keep site searching. I think we're done with those. All right, and I want you to go to that throne. I think we're done with those. And go there to Erd. All right, we have pretty good coverage of the surface, and I mean, I guess we have a little coverage down here. Are you gonna come up? I'm gonna add some PD there. I definitely don't want to lose a fort position. All right, our first guy recruited. You're building a palisade. I kind of need somebody over here. I think I'm gonna run over there. We need to build infrastructure at this fort. We're making 3,000 buckaroonies. Okay, if we're gonna thug, which thug do we want? Is Glamour 2 gonna do something that Glamour 1 can't do to a monolith? We could displace body. That's not really going to be relevant. It's Shroud of Bewilderness, not going to be relevant to a monolith. Yes is not going to be relevant. Despair is not going to be relevant. Sleep's not going to be relevant. Ironically enough, we don't want our better thugs for that. So I'm going to build up a surplus of Morgan champions. And that'll be our attack crew. Where are we at here? Okay, next turn we're going to get Conj 5. Punch 5 is Voice of Tiamat. I do really want to go up to 6 for Bishop Fish, but I think we're going to circle back around for that. You. Forge. Tell me all the items. All right. Are we going to go Smasher? Earth Magic 2, which we have. 10 Earth Gems. Extra effect on hit is Shatter. Shatter is armor negating. This is why this is so good against a monolith. This will just negate his 31 to 36 protection. Notice there's no save. It's just 20 magic damage. So I think we go Smashers. If we look at the Great Sword of Sharpness, it's easier to craft, it's cheaper, but it's only armor piercing. So if he has 36 protection, we're only going to lower that down to 13, which is still probably good enough to hurt him. But I think the Smashers do it better. Plus, with the Smashers, we could actually dual wield these if we want. So you could get 2 attacks per turn. Or we could also give them a shield. Like a shield, what would we do? None of these are really relevant. I think we would dual wield. Do we have an assassin? We don't, unfortunately. Not even a hero one. Axe says, I've tried this exact scenario. It did not go well. I assume you mean fighting the monolith. Well, Geoff Tillman, welcome in, man. Thank you very much for the cheer. Bishop Fish Rush. It might be in order. We only have one throne that we haven't claimed currently, so it's not stellar. And I'm kind of thinking this group might actually come this way. I'm just really leery about jumping into this with what we have here. And it's not like we're in like a rush scenario where it's like, oh, if I don't do this, we're going to lose. Breach. What do you find? A lodestone amulet. Magic resistance +2. Well, good for you, man. All right, how did that go? Battle in Ardoon. Even if we did have an assassin, there's a very strong chance if we assassinated the monolith, it would probably just mind burn us and kill our assassin. All right, well, your stupid little fairy arrows aren't going to do anything because we have high magic resistance. So I really don't think that's going to help you. Our magic fire horses are moving in for the flank. Hey, funny old man. Do you like horses? He just enlarged himself. I guess that means yes? Yeah. What a easy win on that throne, holy moly. Yeah, the little ethereal fae don't matter because we have magic weapons and fire breath. Stupid ethereal cast by the mages don't matter because we have fire breathing horses. What an absolute rout. What did we even lose? We lost 1 horse, just for reference there. We had, wow, we killed 194. We didn't even let them get off the field. All right, Werotan is going to claim the throne. We're going to build a temple. We're going to build a lab, and you can preach. I think I'm even going to go really high on PD here. I have a very strong suspicion we're going to fight Nabaw. Has he claimed more thrones? So right now we only know of 2 tier 1. So this and this, almost certainly. Unless he also owns this. So maybe not. That's not very high value. If they don't start something. Which, you know, they probably will. All right, you came here to build palisades. You came here to build a temple. You two are here to site search. Looks like you did. We found a water sphere. 3 water gems boost water ritual by 2. Cool. Head over there. Okay, our conjuration just finished. Voice of Tiamat needs a water 2. Well, would you look at that? Dr. Samson, if you don't mind. We'll get both of these guys. Monthly ritual. We want Voice of Tiamat. This is a range 4, target friendly province, costs us 8 water gems, and we find all elemental sites. So fire, air, water, earth. We'll find it all the way up to tier 9s. So we're going to have you do ritual spell, monthly ritual, Voice of Tiamat. Okay. And if you don't tell it a target, it'll auto-target for you. Dr. Samson, I'm going to have you actually move over to Oceania. And we'll have you cast it from over there. Monkey Boy is done building my fort. Good job. You can go take over that fort build. And apparently I didn't put repeat recruit on that. That's a little unfortunate. Okay, we are also unfortunate. I'm going to need another leader here. I'm not going to stop making troops. If we do have a land war, I do want some armies up here, so that's the plan there. Holding attack closest. I want you guys at double line. Are you literally the only leader I have here? You are. Hi. We still have land we could take over here. Well, we have 1. Still have land we could take over here. I do kind of want that. I don't suppose you make it there, can you? I don't want to go through the stupid death site. Let's take the long way. All right, we did get this fortress up. Not much else I can do there. All right. Build fortress. We don't have enough money. What? Budgets? What? All right. We'll build it next turn. It's because we queued up all this infrastructure. Okay, and this was Throne of Law. So this is another 2-pointer. It gives us some order. That's okay. We don't really want order. We have high fortune and high magic, so not great for us, but it doesn't really hurt us either, so that's fine. So with that, that'll put us at 4 points, and we own a 5th point. What is this? Okay, unless that's the Throne of Beasts, it has to be a tier 2 or tier 3. And there's no beasts here, so I'm kind of hoping it's not beasts. If that's a tier 2, that puts us at 7 points. Flaymen, archers, fire snakes, militia heavy infantry, a netter of kings. We can still make it there. I'm kind of thinking we're going to go this way. We'll see. Maybe. I also don't really like that we are bordering him here. Stay out of my water. And now I'm completely broke. All right, let's roll that turn. Can this stream be a new speed record? What are we at? Wow, we're only 2.5 hours in. Holy moly. Part of it is these are not very long turns because we're not really having to do a lot of like formation crafting or anything. All right, finished level 1 alteration or no, what? No, finished level 2 alteration. I'm not crazy. Working on 3. Then we're going to do construction 5. I don't think so. We're going to do construction 3. I'm pretty sure that's high enough to build a smasher. Let me double check that. Yeah, we only need level 3. So we're going to go level 3, and then I think I'm going to backtrack for Bishop Fish. And then we're going to grab Thaumaturgy for communions. And then on the off chance that we need it, I think I'm going to tech up for Gifts from Heaven. So up to Evo 5 for Gifts from Heaven. I don't think we're going to make it there, though. I honestly think we're going to win before that. All right, you're going to patrol. All right, so Ego Bale, I'm going to actually redeploy you over here. And Medaba, you are the new Castilian here. Let's have you preach. All right, regroup, ladies. We're heading south. Penabust, build me a palisade. Where else? Was it here? No. Here? Yes. You build fortress, and you build temple. We are rocking the infrastructure of this game. Okay, he does not have this. This also does not look like it is a throne of beasts. Unfortunately, I'm locked out of that one. I can't get there without declaring war. All right, you built the temple. Build me a lab. Site searching. All right, what is in this throne? Are you a tier 2 or a tier 3? Could be either. I'm leaning towards 2, though. They've only got 1 Mind Lord, not like 5. 1 Mind Lord, 1 Shambler Chief, and 1, where are you? Slave Mage. This is not going to be bad. We can take this with what we already have. Okay, easy life. Go ahead and sneak on in there. Keep exploring. Yeah, so the only thing that would slow me down is if somebody that's near one of my thrones declares and goes to siege a throne. I think we pretty much got this one in the bag. Okay, we searched Ocean of Plenty, 9999, fire, air, water, earth. That's Voice of Tiamat going off. And then it auto targets, so it's doing Lake Purple. All right, you retreat over here. Mungie, you get to take over construction. No, we're not demolishing the fort. We're building a lab. You know what I wanted. Don't be like that. All right, you are going to attack into here. 10 Vinemen and Vine Ogres. Hold an attack closest. You need to be on number 2. Yeah, that should be fine. Obsidian Waste, what do we got? Oh, that's a fair point. He says, aren't Morvarc'h stealthy? No, actually. We are glamour, but not stealth. Yeah, even my unarmored ones are not. My leaders are also not. Let me double check that. No, I said that out loud. Yeah. We're glamour, but we are not stealthy. I guess there's an argument to take the stealth bless. You could take obscure. That could be pretty interesting. Stealthy, fire breathing, heavy cav. I feel like there's a build there. All right, what are you? You're an infrastructure guy. Sure, head over there. Veiled Valley. +1 glamour gem. We are actually ready for some more horse summons. Let's do that. Ritual spell, Morvarc'h. Attacking into there. Attacking into there. I think we're done. One thing they are is cool. That is true. That is true. You are not elves. You are half elf, half merman. riding a horse from hell. Not from hell. They're apparently just ocean horses. Because. Just because. All right, construction 3 is already done, and we're a chunk. Yeah, our research is bopping right now. All right, now I do want to get started on crafting what we need. So, forge. We're too low for a dwarven hammer, and I don't think we're going to have anybody that can get up to 3. Is it worth an empower? I think the answer is no, because it's going to cost us 45 earth gems, and we're definitely not going to save 45 earth gems with a dwarven hammer. All right, so forge me smasher. We have any other earth 2 guys? Yes. Yes. Forge smasher. Smasher. Dr. Sampson, if I presume. Ritual spell, monthly ritual, voice of Tiamat, auto target. My 2 site searchers are searching. Finished a level of fort here. Go up again. We have an 8k gold, just to point that out. Part of the reason for this is, A, we have a citadel in our capital, so that's just good. And B, coastal forts get bonus income. So every fort I have built, except for a couple throne ones, are all coastal. So we're making some pretty hefty bank off of that. What are we going to do with you? I think you're just going to be a response force, of course, in this area. I guess you could build temples. There you go. Build me a temple. All right, main army and these ladies head on down. Just spreading my leadership out to make sure everyone's not in the same spot. No oopses. That's a lot of heavy cavalry. Unfortunately, it's an underwater throne, so that kind of sucks. Another ritual, more Morvarc'h. And you go back. Actually, what can we forge now? Anything interesting? Ice helmet. Shambler skin. If we are going to need a shambler skin for our bishop fish, but we might be able to do that with a cheaper mage. Glass of holy water, water breathing, frost resist. Nothing interesting. All right, you start researching. I want you forge shambler skin. And you know what? While we're at it, let's just like do 2 while I'm thinking about it. You could do water boosters, you could do glamour boosters, but those are both at construction 5, so no good here. You guys are gonna be for that fight. Okay, no reason. I was thinking I was gonna move them up to here, but there's a disease site, so I don't want them sitting here. If that's gonna happen, actually, we have meteors. We can drop a meteor on that monolith if we have to. Okay, that's fine. I was gonna say maybe we should go up alteration for Twilight and whatnot, but that's not really gonna do anything to a monolith. I don't think our glamour is gonna be particularly useful this game. We just don't really have any competition on land. Everyone knows they can't compete with the ladies from down under. You came here to build a lab. In fact, actually, I should be getting those guys here. Nightmares are seahorses, the more you know. Nature is placed, they spawn a spot in the ocean in order to nerf them. That's right. The water suppresses their fire and keeps them safe. Oh, there's no P in the character. Well, I'm sorry. What resource do temples provide? What the temples are doing is Each temple provides a temple check. A temple check is equal to a formula based on our dominion strength. If you make the check, it adds a dominion candle, which are these little white candles right here, which are maxed out based on the god I built. And so like right now, we have a dominion strength of 9, and we're getting that because we built so many temples. I think we started at 5 or 6, and then we get an extra one per 5 temples that we built. If you run out of candles, you lose your god. No one believes in your god, and they just poof out of existence. It's also what's causing these borders. Inside of these borders is my scales. So right now, my scales have order 2, production 2, 2 heat. We have 2 fortune. I think we should have 3 fortune, technically. It just hasn't spread over here yet. And 3 magic scales. And the scales give you, like, civilization bonuses. So order is giving me 3% income, 3% resources, less random events. They reduce unrest and give me recruitment points. Productivity is income and resources. Temperature scales are generally bad unless you're in the type of temperature you like. So like monkeys like to live in heat and frost giants like to live in the cold. For me, we took heat because we are less affected by it underwater. And we just get design points for our god based on taking bad scales. So I paid for some other things with that. Growth or death is the opposite of growth scales. Growth will make your population grow and give you extra money. Death will do the opposite. Luck is luck. This has a better chance of good events, including us getting our random hero recruitment events. And it also increases the magnitude of the event. So if you're low luck and you get a gold event, you might get 100 gold. At luck 3, I'd get like 800 gold. And then magic helps with research. It also lowers your magic resistance because you're in a land rife with magic. And then the opposite would be drain, which does the opposite. So the temples are very important. The AI loves to spam temples. And so if I do bad, there's a distinct chance that they'll snuff out all my candles. Like, if you look here in the ocean, I don't control this with my dominion. Like, this is all enemy candles. And then sometimes you get AI like this idiot that build horrific scales. He's got Death 3, Misfortune, Drain. Like, he's just literally killing his own land. So, we hate him, if that wasn't clear. All right, let's see how our Typhonian Sea battle went. Also, temples allow us to recruit sacred units. If you don't have a temple, you can't get sacred. So my Morvarc'h knights are sacred, although these are cap onlys. But like my research druids are sacred. My Kernu druids are sacred. You would need a temple to be able to craft or recruit those. The laboratory is the same. You can't get mages unless you have a lab. Labs also let you grab your magic gems if you want to give them to a commander or magic items. You also have to be at a lab to craft magic items. And cast rituals. So, infrastructure is important, is the long and short of that. Yeah, we dominated this. We probably could have done this without bringing the main group down here. I just didn't want a chance losing, like, 12 knights. What a nice little budget bless, I have to say. I'm pretty happy with this. Not the type of bless I normally run. Ironically, the resists were actually useful in that one throne battle, so we did see at least some use out of those. All right, let's dump PD in here. Let's recruit somebody to build a fort. Throne of Power. This was a tier 3. Seriously? This was a tier 3. 3 Amber Clam mages. I mean, those aren't bad mages, but still. Okay, well, that changes the calculus a little bit. Werotan, if you do the honors. What else do we get? Boost ritual range by 2 provinces. Blessed troops get reinvigoration +2. And 6 astral pearls. Reinvig +2. Give me one of my high experience horsies. Wow, you also are running out of troops. Transfer fuel over here, please. No, not to her. To her. You're not a high experience one. You. fatigue. Okay, so we would get 1 for blood surge, 1 naturally, and then 2. So we have reinvig 4 right now, if I'm counting that right. And our encumbrance is only 5. So we're going to be able to fight for basically forever with that. That is really nice. Ariu, what throne do you have? Pestilence. Figures. You are so lucky you have Throne of Pestilence, because I was really thinking about attacking you, but I don't even want that. I literally don't want that. Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then we just take a throne off of somebody for the win? We just trample probably Nabah and go in here, or Atlantis and go there. Am I missing another throne that we can reach without declaring war? I don't think so. I think the thrones of the world have been claimed. That cave doesn't go on any further, does it? Remember, my goddess isn't awake, so we do not know where all the thrones are. There could be more down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 thrones are not claimed. We know that one's claimed. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. We actually could get to that one. We could get to that one. $310 units. Archers, claymon, fire snakes, militia, heavy infantry, and a netter king. That is very doable. That is very doable. All right. Do we able to summon in more horsies? Let's get those out. How or when are we going to do this? Okay, we're here. We go here, 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 here. And then we just back out to there, I guess. This is where having gate or something would be really useful. I don't think we need to wait for you. Do we have Bishop Fish? We don't. Okay. I don't think I can speed this up anymore, unfortunately. Okay, let's just go with what we got. So build me a temple, build me a lab, and you ladies can do some preaching. You are going to forge Smasher. You guys are back on research. Monkey Man, build me a castle. You can just do research. You are going to spam temples. Both of you are going to forge more smashers. It would sure be nice if I don't end up needing to take on a monolith. I don't think we're particularly great at that on this nation. At least not with what I've got currently. You can just do research here. Actually, you know what? Hop back into the ocean. And let's fix the character name here. So, Dr. Samson. There we go. All right, Pollux. What were you doing? Oh, you got caught spying. Gotcha. Wait a minute. Am I not building that? I'm not. You. Build that fortress. Quit being lazy. Claim the Throne of Power. Voice of Tiamat. For Morvarc'h, Voice of Tiamat. Found. Searched. Build me up another temple. Okay, unexpected event in Nofia. 294 gold. A prospector genius has found a small gold deposit. Completed a palisade. Immediately start building another. And Oak Beach. Immediately start upgrading fort. Not bad. Imagine having such terrible skills and then temple spamming. Yeah, yeah. Welcome to the AI. They think they're playing middle-aged Ermor or something over there. Wait, so is this a run where you'll win before your god is awake? Probably not. We could wake up very, very soon. It's possible. If we get like the slowest, sleepiest god, we could win before she wakes up. I don't normally play imprisoned. I normally play awake or usually dormant. Awake, you start with the god awake. Dormant, it's 1 year. And imprisoned is 3 years. And that's average. There's plus or minus a little bit there. No. My dad was Dr. Sampson. Oh, I gotcha. All right. I thought I read that right. I wasn't crazy. Voice of Tiamat. You know what? You can help with that too. Let's just get that done. Mekara, this is the day, Babel, that I subscribe. Best streamer running. Now have to do some Distant Worlds too. That's on the list. I really have struggled with Distant Worlds 2. It's a game that's right up my alley. And I recently, like as of, let's say, like 2 months ago, I tried playing it again, and I still find the game a bit boring. It's just not quite where it needs to be yet. I love Distant Worlds 1. I played the heck out of it, so I should love Distant Worlds 2. So I don't know what's going on with that, but it's on the list. It'll definitely happen at some point. I like playing pre-warp starts. Maybe that just doesn't work as well in 2. I don't know. So, Mekara, thank you very much for joining the channel as a member. Much appreciated. Don't forget that you have access to the members' first videos. And you know what? Since we're almost at the 3-hour mark, since this is going to be a short one, anyone who's here tonight, don't forget to leave a like on the stream. That is very appreciated. It helps out an absolute ton. Videos that get high percentages of likes to views, YouTube tries to push it out to some more people and see if they would like it too. So that helps expand and expose people to Dominions, you know, grow our little community here a little bit. And it also helps with exposing some of my other content. So things like Age of Wonders 4. It just helps other people get to see games, and, you know, maybe we cross-pollinate a little bit, because we definitely could use it, that's for sure. On the same thing, if you want to support the channel, you can always join live on stream like this and super chat. You can always leave a super thanks on a video if you're not live and you still want to make sure that gets called out. Or like Mekara here, you could join the channel as a member. I'm really trying, I mentioned this before, I'm in my really busy season at work, so I know I haven't had quite as much like stuff coming out recently, but I've really been making a big push, and I want to make sure I'm giving people value as a thank you for that. So be on the lookout. What do I have right now? I've got Zephon still has a video to release. That's kind of bombed. I'm kind of surprised. I thought people were really into Zephon still. We still have some Battle Brothers that's coming out, and just more to come. I got some other stuff coming. You have to play DS2 fast, know what you're doing. Trick is to not run refueling freeze, just strategically claim your fuel. Yeah, definitely a game I need some more time with, to be sure. Okay, we claimed what we needed to claim here. Everyone, let's march. Oh, that's unfortunate. He literally just stepped in the way of where I needed to go. All right, I'm not going to kick that war off because I do think that would actually, in the long run, be slower. So we're going to have to leave out this way. Looks like that's going to be okay with our horsey speed. Okay, so everyone can reach here. You are going to dig in, build that rock wall. Back to research. You are building shatter. Oh, that was an axe of sharpness. Build me a smasher. You are patrolling, hiding. Both of you are going to forge smashers. How many are we sitting on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that should be enough-ish. The site searching crew. Yeah, we're still getting paths that Tiamat doesn't search for. I'll let that continue. Okay, and this did not have another throne. Is that literally it? I think so. I'm counting on a bishop fish to come over and claim this. We're at 4, 7. There's a strong likelihood that the AI will declare war on me pretty soon when they realize I'm at 7 points. And these are both tier 1. We could go... Is this actually faster? 1, 2, 3. If we went this way... 1, 2, 3. Okay, that would be slower. Okay, no, go that way. All right, suck it up. Voice of Tiamat gets cast a whole bunch. We found a magic site. Shimmerfish wreath and a floating rock. There you go. We had an unexpected event in Walnut Woods. An earthquake struck, killing many people and destroying our temple. Oh, I like that temple. All right, well, we'll go rebuild it. An unexpected event happened in Old Land. An abundance of rules and regulations are slowing down commerce. Well, let's deregulate, obviously. We need to keep the fire gym industry unregulated. The construction of the fortress and grain port is complete. Immediately build me a castle. The construction of the castle in the Sleepy Mountains is complete. How did you not get a disease while you have been here for so long? You know what? You are going to die horrendously to diseases, but on the off chance I have to defend this place, I am going to sit here and recruit some archers. All right, ladies, we're heading to this throne. And you finish building. Immediately build the fortress. You guys are forging Smasher. Oh, we're starting to finish up our Voice of Tiamats. And forge a Smasher. And research. Okay, this turn we'll have Bishop Fish. Yeah, isn't that kind of funny how like we all have like that one game that you should like you know you should like it. Like I said, I like Distant Worlds 1. I played it to the point that the bug with the inventory storage space on mining ports is what ruined the game for me. So that, like, if you know what that is, that's very specific. You have to play a lot to get to that point. And with number 2, I've beaten it like once, I think. And I've tried to play several times. Now, a lot of that was on launch when it had a pretty rough launch. But last time I was looking at it, I really wanted to play one of the DLC races, but I didn't want to pay for the DLC for a game I wasn't enjoying. And I think that soured my experience a little bit. So I don't know. I need to try it again. Maybe next time it goes on sale for the DLC I want. But people are saying like, yeah, that's how I feel about Age of Wonders 4. Somebody says that's how I feel about Humankind. Yeah, it's funny. Sithel says, need to get back to Zephon, stuck now in Age of Wonders. Dude, I've had so much fun with the Giants DLC. We are going to continue Age of Wonders 4 with Jotunheim, or Niflheim, or whatever you want to call it. We did that on Wednesday, and that's gonna happen again on Monday. We're going to play that one through to the end, so that should be pretty good. I've been pretty impressed with them. I really have. I think Age of Wonders 4 has been pretty good. It has a little bit of that trap that if you're a new player, don't feel like you have to buy all the DLC. It's good, but the base game is still fine. So I had a friend recently who bought it, and he asked me what to buy. I said, just buy the base game, and if you like it, then get the DLC you want. You don't need all the DLC. I fall into that trap. I get like FOMO with DLC, even if I don't need it, and it sucks. Just catching up on chat here. Sorry, guys. Kind of far behind. Donut map ended up being cool. So much sea access with different... I think it helps that none of the water nations in Middle Age are aquatic only. That's the problem in EA. And that's why I don't like some of the nations in EA. I think you have to get on land to be a playable nation, and they just can't. So here, at least, I mean, Oceania sucked, but Oceania could have got on land, right? So everyone had a chance here, and yeah, it's kind of cool. Like, we're in multiple ponds. I like it. I like it quite a bit. This is my favorite map type. I think Trolling Seas is better for streams, but this is my favorite. And this is standard size. You could make a bigger map, and that would increase the size of the pond in the middle too. And Makara with a $20 super chat. The irony is small streamers are best because you actually get interaction. When you reach 100K subscribers, you forget all the little viewers that support you along the way. I don't necessarily think they forget people necessarily. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. I don't think they necessarily forget. I think it's just chat flies by so fast you can't read it. Like, I've never actually hit that point. Sometimes I have to scroll up a little bit and see what I missed just because I've been playing a turn. But, I mean, there's legitimately streams that I don't think you could read even if you wanted to. Am I going to try Avowed? No plans for Avowed at the moment. Or CKD2? No plans at the moment. I probably will play that at some point, but I'd want to play through number 1 first. We have so many games to play. We have so many games to play. We literally skipped a release I was going to cover because I just was too swamped. We're doing Battle Brothers. We're doing Age of Wonders 4. I kind of want to try to see if I can make Expedition 33 happen on the channel. That comes out at the end of the month. And that's like a turn-based RPG. So I assume that's like 40 to 100 hours. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but I really kind of want to try. I do want to just keep diversifying a little bit. As much as I absolutely love Dominions, there's only a few thousand of us. So to keep the channel going as we lose people to attrition, I just need to keep expanding and trying out different things. So huge shout out to people who are willing to try some of the other videos or streams, etc., for games that they didn't necessarily sign up to. Hey, there we go. Our god just woke up. The real Sleeping Beauty, which has already... This stream has probably earned more than Sleeping Beauty did, or Snow White. So yay for us. So you can see here, she is Fire 4, Air 4, Water 4, Glamour 4, Blood 4. So Fire Resistance, Shock Resistance, Cold Resistance, some Glamour to pay for things, and Blood for our blesses. She can make air boosters, fire boosters, water boosters, glamour boosters, blood boosters. She can make elemental staves if you need to get that far. So quite a little diverse thing here. The only thing we're really missing is Earth. So you could definitely trade out one of these for Earth if you wanted to. I like the air because she can cloud trapeze if I need to move around. I mean, I guess I could have her go over and claim that, but I have a feeling we would just literally get a disease and die, so let's not. Okay, Sinech, Ritual, Bishop Fish. Thank you. We're heading up towards Gifts from Heaven. If we get Gifts from Heaven, I'm going to want Alt 6. Talia is out here sight searching. All right, please don't catch a disease. Sad I liked PoE 1. I want to go back to PoE 2. I think tonight, didn't they release the new patch? I think that's where everyone is tonight. They're either playing the new Monster Hunter Wilds patch or they're playing PoE 2. I streamed PoE 1 a little bit, and then I got the forced Windows 11 24H2 update, and I was getting full system freeze-ups in PoE 2. And PoE 2, unfortunately, they just literally didn't care. They all went on vacation and didn't even post or acknowledge it for like a week, that everyone was having that problem. I hope it's fixed, but I stopped following after like 3 weeks. I gave up and moved on because the channel had other content to cover. So I'm sure they will get it fixed at some point. I hope it has already been done, but very disappointed in them. Very disappointed. That was absolutely ridiculous. I guarantee you people bricked their systems on that, trying to install these weird third-party apps to like limit their cores and all kinds of weird, snake oil fixes that people were selling. Very, very disappointed in that, actually. But that, like I said, I'm sure they will get that fixed. Okay, dream team here. We're heading there. I don't even need to pick anything up for this fight, right? I guess we should see about reinforcements. We will send one of the bigger ladies. Hold and attack closest, hold and attack rear. I think we're going to do the same thing and split that into 2. 1 down, 1 up. Just reinforce. In fact, I may have these ones come in late on the off chance that we need that. That's totally fine. We are not even really needing a lot of magic scripting. That is crazy to me, how easy this has gone tonight. It just goes to show how strong these sacreds are. All right, do it. Have I ever played any Songs of Conquest? I haven't. Definitely up my alley. Just like I said, it's just time. It's just time. I'm just catching up again. Speaking of not being able to keep up with chat. Isn't the biggest snake oil DSLL? I think DSLL is finally good enough that there are some use cases. It has not been good enough until recently. When I did Monster Hunter Wilds, if I wasn't streaming, I could run the game very well in... I was using DSAA, so instead of anti-aliasing from TSAA or any of those, you use DLAA, so it's in native resolution, but it is using the DS code for the anti-aliasing, and I think that actually is the best AA now. Before that, I didn't see any use case, because the problem is, you're right, it's a win more mechanic, to put it one way. If you're not already getting good FPS, DLSS is actually detrimental. And they keep selling it like it's going to fix your 30 FPS game. Are we winning, says Dakalazy? Yes, we are. We are en route for possibly another fastest victory. Does anyone... What was the time on Middle-Aged Pelagia? Are we beating that tonight, or was that a 3-hour stream? All right, our Bishop Fish is here. We're going to give him a Shambler skin, so now he can go above water and breathe. We're going to set him up with a retreat order and have him go over to the Death Throne. And I'm going to immediately summon another one. Why are you doing Morvarc'h? No. Bishop Fish. You can do the Morvarc'h. And I'm going to have that one probably come up and claim this throne. And then these ones will be looking at fighting over here. Probably, now that I think about that. All right, is that castle? No. Build castle. Build castle. I absolutely love that we actually got an island. We could have played Facia here. Imagine how good this island would have been with an Oricolcum mine. All right, don't disease me, bro. We rebuilt our temple. Site searchers. Okay, I think we have enough Shatterhammers. Famous last words. Yeah, Cyanide says DLSS is like for 144 hertz monitors to be more smooth. You know, the irony of that is I actually have a 144 hertz. Both my monitors actually are. And to me, as long as I get a steady 60, I'm happy enough. And so whenever I'm doing YouTube content, I usually put my games, I lock them at 60 because YouTube doesn't pick up higher than 60 anyways. So there's some irony in there somewhere. Pelagia was 3 hours and 50 minutes. Yeah, we were killing that tonight. I'm even slow playing here, and we're only at like 310. All right, Evo complete. That's Evo 4. So we will have gifts for heaven if we need to do a round 2 on the monolith. All right, throne battle. I can't imagine this went badly. Not with this many sacreds. Let's see how it goes. Watch, he does like a master and slave and takes all my sacreds. It's so funny to me how much better we are on land. Like, if we were on land, we would have already killed half those troops. There should be a land nation who has some sort of water, like, attack breath that they get to use underwater. So, like, Bizarro Yeast. But we could call it Psy, S-Y. Maybe we should have stuck with the original start. That would have been very difficult because we had only 2 connections. We probably would have only ever been able to get 3 sacreds per turn. What did he put up? Friendly currents. Oh, that was nice of him. They're friendly welcoming me in to my new throne. Yeast is the water nation that's... Yeah, ironically enough, we are probably the worst water nation in Middle Age by far. We don't have enough water magic for water elemental battles. Like, at all. And we don't have enough water gem income. And our sacreds, while they're fine, they're really overpriced for what you get down here. Like, really overpriced. And I think, ironically enough, I think they're underpriced on land. So, very interesting. This would be a great nation if you could somehow negotiate with the other water nation in multiplayer to be like, hey, look, leave me my cap circle, and I'm going to go on land, and you can just have the ocean. Now, you could probably never trust anyone to do that, but in theory... Okay, he is morale broke. We're just needing to finish him. He's regening a ton. He has lifesteal touch. All right, what were you? We were right. It was the Throne of Water. So another tier 2. Hydromancers, ironically enough, actually kind of good for our nation, although we don't need it. This fixes our lack of good water access. All right, I am just going to claim this throne, I think. I'm not going to bother with the bishop fish. You rock wall. You construct a temple. You construct a lab. The rest of you preach. Okay, I do think I want to take a swing at this. Or do I? We could easily attack one of these two, and then into this throne, and then win. And there's like 0 chance that they would be able to stop me. But then again... If we fail on this monolith and lose everything, we're going to be in for a lot of pain. And actually, Eridu has been attacking me over here. Impotently, I might add, but still attacking. Let's actually turn this on. And over here, too. Just in case that actually needs to be dealt with. Yeah, ditto down here. Don't make me come up there and teach you a lesson, old man. In fact, actually, maybe the lesson is I need to go take his throne. Are we at the win point? 2, 4, 7, 8, 9, and this is a 1-pointer 10. Yeah. Eridu, you just sealed your fate. I'm gonna go kill you next. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing. You started something. Okay, team over here. Fulton attack closest. All right, I'm gonna have you go. I'm gonna head here, just on the off chance I need to deal with that near my throne. Nebu Shijimukin, the bishop fish. What a name. Welcome to the team, Nebushimushin. Head up here. All right, did you manage to get that without getting a disease? Yes, you did. All right, get out of there. Unexpected event. Rhetoric, the Cloud Mage has joined. There we go. Broke us into some air. I mean, totally too late, but there's the power of actually having good luck scales. Braun is out here building temples. Monkey Man, just chill. We're probably not going to go for that throne. You two go that way. Build a castle. Go. Luck plus turmoil. Yep, I totally agree. I couldn't go with much turmoil here because we wouldn't have enough recruitment in our capital to get all of our sacreds. But we were neutral, and we've just picked up some order from various things. We finished Evo. We're not going to end up doing Gifts from Heaven, but we have it available. I'm actually, ironically enough, this went too well. It didn't force me to actually use any magic. We basically just rolled the world with magic girls riding fire horses. All right, team, we're heading over here to take that. What gets me there the fastest? Do that. Yeah, go attack them there. You two search. Okay, easy peasy. We didn't get to use our swans. How disappointing. All right, more temples. All right, roll it. Late age Japanese Yomi. That's Yomon. Yeah. Those dragons you can get only on Sarah Bass. Yes. One of my favorite Dominions 5 memories in multiplayer. I was playing Yeoman, and it was like the penultimate battle. Like whoever wins this battle is probably going to win the game. And it was one of those dragons, and I had him thugged out versus my friend who was playing late age Shoboba with a suicide bless. So he had like the death explosion and all those things. And so literally you have this dragon killing bats that are exploding on him. It was ridiculous. It's the most like intense Dominion battle I ever saw. And I won with 1 HP. He had 1 HP for like 5 rounds, and they finally broke their morale. And because of that victory, I was able to, like 2 turns later, take the last piece of throne I needed and win. It was so good. They tried so hard to keep me out of the water. They tried so hard. I had one little lake that I managed to get inside so I could recruit those guys. Okay, we are punishing them because they are bad people. Did I lose anything? Of course I didn't. I don't know. Somebody just attacked on that throne. Do we care what's there? Not really, because we're not going to go there. We are being attacked by Atlantis and repelling them. What? Priest, heavy infantry. What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, where is that? Okay, that's actually a force that kind of matters. We are going to have to fight that. There's just no way around it. Let me just double check myself here. Let's actually reverse this. You up front, you in the back. Let's pull you guys back. Let's change you to rear. I'm just rearranging so that my armored troops hit first and not the unarmored. Rear. That's on rear. Closest. We'll put you on rear. This is the prophet. Nice and safe. All right. I think we're going to be just fine. Their god is here, or at least one part of it. All right. I'm going to take that fight. On the off chance that we fail here, let's set ourselves up. Hold an attack closest, hold an attack rear, a number 2, point formation. I highly doubt we're going to lose that, but just in case, we'll bring a raid party over there. You breach. All right, double checking. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. As soon as we got to 9, everyone just declared war on me is what happened there. They know I'm going to win here in a moment. So if we win this battle, we win that battle. We need to siege this. We may not have enough siege power. You guys come on down. This, unfortunately, is a... Oh, no, you're actually amphibious. Okay, we're cool. We're cool. Turn that off. Let's get a few more of these guys. Reason being, I might need some more siege power to get in. All right, you are done. You can just chill here and collect crossbowmen. You are here. Oh, no. We've already won. I could claim this throne. We have not claimed our tier 1 throne. I just accidentally won the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, if I claim this, we win. I think I'm going to do the battle. We'll just chill here. If we lose or something, I can just claim this and win. I kind of want to see a god battle here and see if we can win it. Siege geese. If I could get over there, I definitely would. Winning by hacks. Yeah, that happened once before. I don't remember what stream it was, but I accidentally won. That's ridiculous. Conversely, when we did Roos, was anyone here for the Roos stream? Where it was Roos versus 3 elven nations for the entire freaking game, and I miscounted thrones, hence my trauma and why I keep recounting that. I thought we had won, and we were at 9 points, or whatever the point value was at the time I was playing. Maybe it was 8 or whatever. And then we had to go fight an entire another war to get the last point. That was so ridiculous. Was that the one where Axe was our unkillable prophet that kept having to like swim through the frozen sea? And every time he'd get in a battle, he would like lose a chunk of his body. And so we had this like crippled dude. It was like a battle brother at the end. He just refused to die. He was like, no, I cannot let God down. I will survive. It was ridiculous. All right, we're going to take the temple. I really don't care what you do. Go back over there. Trying to just speed play this. We're like I said, we've already won. We can hit the clock here about 3:20. I am gonna at least take this battle and then maybe I'll claim it. Maybe we'll siege this. We'll see. Oh, there was a deep reason, Wolf. It's a terrible throne. The reason is it's the black throne. It spreads deadly diseases, and that's it. I didn't go over here earlier because I didn't want my prophet to die. We have a bishop fish, and that was his job to do it. So, yeah, there was a reason. Where is my big fight? So it's going to be not that one, this one. If we ever get an undying prophet. Well, spoilers. Next week's stream is going to be Nazgûl. If you know anything about that, there you go. I will mention again, since we are kind of winding down here, next week's Dominion stream is going to be early. It'll probably be either 2 or 4 hours earlier than normal. I haven't quite decided when I want to do that, but it will be a little bit earlier. Nazgûl could be a quite long stream, depending on how it goes. Paying for all the mummy entitlements are very expensive. Okay, their god is in the back. I don't know if anyone can see that. She's over here. What did you do? You've got invulnerability 25. Well, unfortunately, we have magic weapons. So actually, you have 3 head armor and 8 body armor. She is a trinity, so this is only 1/3 of their god. She does have fear. So they have a solar weapon, air shield, spirit sight. I mean, it's not terrible. That doesn't actually help against our illusions. The fear could be a thing, but yeah, look at that. We lit her on fire. She's 128 HP and she's going down quick. Again, we have magic weapons. These are so good. These are so good. Just free magic weapons in addition to the fire breath. Yeah, we dominated them. We absolutely dominated them. I do think I'm going to take there, assuming we can siege this. All right, we're just going to intern. We've already won, so. A message arrived from Agartha. We declare war on you. A message arrives from Nabah. We declare war on you. I see. Tell me how you actually feel. The walls are severely damaged, but we are starving. So we would definitely win that battle if I wanted to do it out. I think I am just going to take my victory there. Not going to bother. Deathmatch. Maybe we'll do that too. You. We have anything else? Nope. Just a bunch of shatter hammers or smashers that we didn't end up needing. Just for giggles, I will do the arena match. What do we even have? In the arena, we will blur body, quicken self, displace body. Ironically, we could probably just frozen heart him. We need to get a bless in there, so let's actually get that off right away. Bless, blur body. Let's do quicken first. Quicken, displace, blur, personal luck, attack, closest. Just for giggles. All right, let's roll it. The AI should declare war slightly faster. I think it also just depends on what type of AI the AI gets. So there is passive, normal, and aggressive. I bet you the ones who declared earlier were probably the normal AIs. I don't think we had an aggressive AI in this one. Entrance is breached. There's a lot of battles going on. Holy moly. Here's what I want. Arena. All right, Nabah versus Agartha. Agartha, since... Oh, it's a slave collar fight. All right, we probably still win that, but that's annoying. Okay, they're doing this weird bug out thing again. I wonder what's causing that. They, like, run past each other. Okay, next arena fight. The fire breath probably wins it for us. How you doing, buddy? 68 HP. Maybe not. It is his profit, and he is geared. Manual water breathing. We're at 9 HP. He's on fire. He's not on fire anymore. Yeah, and he killed us. Wow. That extra HP for being a prophet is what got that for him. Okay. I'm not seeing my victory. Why not victory? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What did we lose? What did we lose? Throne of Law, Throne of Moon. Water. You jerk faces. You jerk faces. All right. This isn't going to be the win then. All right. Well, I'm still counting our 320 because we actually had the victory there, but I'm going to go beat him up. All right, do it. How annoying is that? I don't even think I put PD down now that I'm thinking about it. That was probably on me. All right. We'll walk over there and see if we can smash them. They didn't just declare war on you. They declared war on your unholy nation. How rude. Can you imagine? I will grab whatever extras we have here. Hold an attack closest. In a line. Join us up. Oh, we are being sieged by them. All right, fine. We'll stop here. You guys, they're really mad. They're really mad. All right, squish. Fighters and you. want to go there. Okay, that's fine. Did not lose anything else, right? I got double check. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Fine, yes. Everything else should be locked down. All right, and in there. I can't believe that we actually beat that record. Part of it was we just had so much free reign on land over here. We kind of lucked out in that regard. All right, Werotan, despite my best efforts, you also survived. So you did not manage to escape your duty, and you succeeded quite well at it. The Hall of Fame of Living Prophets, assuming you don't die right on this turn. Oh my goodness, what did you guys uncap now? You're killing me. I want my victory screen. Iron Throne, water. That's my Throne of Law. Up here. You absolute jerks. Come here. I want my victory. I always show my victory screen. This is what I get for getting cocky. I should have just taken my victory, not the last fight. They're attacking Cursed Water. I can't believe them. Notice how fast, though. I mean, I wasn't really paying attention to that war, but had we gone to war early with Atlantis, that would have been so annoying. All right, come on in. Speed running the end here. All right, and oh, they turned off my recruitment. Shoot. All right. On repeat, please. All right. We're here. We're sieging. Moderately damaged. Yeah, we've actually taken some attrition there. Why don't we also ritual spell Morvarc'h? It's fine. I guess it also worked out that we had kind of a shorty here because my voice is actually really scratchy tonight. I don't know if that's come through for you guys. I hope it's just allergies. I got a lot of recording to do. I don't got time to be sick. All right, down here, let's grab you guys. You guys. You guys. Number 2. Hold an attack closest. Hold an attack rear. You and you. Head over here. Double check. 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, we're still fine. Making sure. You know what? You better march into there. And ditto with you. Just to make sure we don't lose that. I may just call it. I don't know if I want to bounce around the map when I'm not going to fully do it. We'll see if we can get in this turn. They took Rainport from me. All right. I am just going to declare myself victory on that. We're just going to get ping-ponged from this point on. Hey, Merrily Fish, welcome in. Just in time to see an end here. So, thoughts on Yeast? I think Yeast are very, very good. I think you could definitely go with a stronger Bless than what I did, and you would be totally justified to do that. As you saw, even with this light of a Bless, we ripped through this. If you wanted to go even cheaper, I think you could probably drop the Resists. Humans would be better able to actually exploit that, but like against the AI, just the blood would have been totally fine. We had one fight where the Resists were relevant, and that's it. So yeah, very powerful nation there. But as you can see, water, when that popped off, not good at all. So definitely a nation that, if you were the only water nation in a game, I think this would be a really good pick, because your main goal is just to get on land, and then you're just an annoying land nation that can water raid, and that's very hard for land nations to be able to counter. So super duper valuable there. All right, a weird little stutter in there. I apologize. I probably shouldn't have gotten cocky, and we should have just taken this when we had it. But I think we all agree we definitely had the win there at 10. So I'm willing to accept that. Just a reminder, on Sunday, we're continuing with 6 Ages. We've been having a lot of fun with that. It's been pretty small streams, but I think people really enjoyed it. I know I am. We're making progress. I'm playing it essentially blind, so I don't know how far in we are. I do know there is an ending that we can win. If I had to guess, I'd say maybe we're a third of the way through it so far. So should be a couple more streams on that. On Monday, there's a strong chance that I'm going to actually stream twice. We'll have an early stream that will be Battle Brothers and a normal time stream that will be Age of Wonders 4. We'll see how that goes, and I may repeat that on Wednesday. And then also, we are going to do an early stream for Dominions next Friday. So a bit of a weird schedule week next week. So I'll try to get those posted up either tomorrow or Sunday so you guys can see exactly what times those are coming up. Yeah, should be pretty good there. Peace out. Fun stream. Have a good one. Yep. Have a good one, David. Thanks for coming in. On the way out, guys, don't forget to leave a like on the stream. As mentioned earlier, that's super helpful. All the super chats, or super chat, I should say, is very much appreciated tonight, as are the memberships. So thank you. Huge thanks for everyone who has been supporting the channel. We actually passed 3,500 subs this week, which is kind of an irrelevant number. But for me, what that means is my goal for the 2-year channel anniversary is 5,000 subs. So we need less than 1,500 subs between now and November, and we will meet that goal. So I'm feeling pretty optimistic. I feel like that's plenty of time. That's like 7-ish subs a day, which is higher than what I've been getting recently, but I think it's an achievable goal. So thank you for everyone joining me on this journey. Hopefully you find it either entertaining or educational, or maybe a bit of both. And thanks for having a good Friday night hangout. All right, guys, I will see you on Sunday. Enjoy your Dominions games or whatever else you're playing at the time, and I will talk to you then. All right, babble out. Have a good one.